Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the BBL. It has been about 5 days since we have seen the last match. This one, it is going to be exciting. Sydney Thunder taking on the Brisbane Heat. The Sydney Thunder, they did not get the opportunity to call here. It was in the end the Brisbane Heat that were able to get the toss, and they have decided that they want to have a bowl in this one. So they are going to be chasing once again the Ashes. Also taking place at the moment. The English side, they have to try and get 448 more runs to be able to win this test match, and it is going to be very tough for them to be able to do so at the moment, losing the early wicket of Hamid. But we will be keeping you guys updated of not just the KFC Big Bash, but also for the BBL as well. First one to vote and no, says a Monkey Man, and yes, says Betty Wiggum. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think will be able to win this match? And if you guys are new to this channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Who is going to be the leading run scorer for these two sides as well? Do let me know. But at the moment, it is going to be a tough test match for England. Milan sitting on 4 runs of 11. Burns sitting on 16 of 25 deliveries. And like I mentioned, Hamid has already lost his wicket. But the BBL, it is well and truly back. We have got a game tomorrow night as well. And that one will be between the Hobart Hurricanes and the Perth Scorchers, which is going to be a very exciting one indeed. I will mute the Ashes just so that I can still see it but cannot hear it. Alex Hales and Matthew Gilkes will be opening the batting possibly for the Sydney Thunder when they get the chance. But for now, it is going to be when they do get the chance, because they are batting first, so it is going to be very soon. Jason Sanger also there. Sam Billings, Alex Ross, Daniel Sams, Ben Cutting also there. Nathan McAndrew, Chris Green. Also, they've got Mahmood, who will be getting an opportunity here. Singer, Sandhu, and then Lachlan Hearn will be the other option. So I'm not too sure what the lineup is that they will decide to go with here for this matchup, but hopefully they do get a few runs on the board, to say the very least. It is starting at 9:40, so only a couple minutes away from this game taking place. And yeah, do let me know who you think will be the leading run scorer. I'm going to say Alex Hales is due to have a good knock at the middle, so we will say Pooh is going to be able to get himself a good old total for his side. And also Jilks could also do decently as well. But now the Scorchers at the moment, they are sitting in second. They are playing tomorrow night, but the team just a little bit ahead of them. It is the Sydney Sixers. They are sitting in first place on 11. Someone almost just fell down, unfortunately. It's very dark there, trying to clear their way, and it is going to be Jimmy Pearson leading out the side here, which does have the like of Majip. He is going to be an exciting one to watch here. Also, Xavier Bartlett, I'm looking around seeing whether or not we can see him. Chris Lynn will also be out on the field, I would think. And then Ben Duckett was decent with the ball. The Heat and Lynn as well, says Robert there. At the moment, the Ashes, it is on the final, final session of today. We are just about to tick over to. There will be about a 20-minute break soon. So that is why we are going to be on the BBL, and we are getting ready to go. It is going to be the Sydney Thunder. Alex Hales opening the batting alongside Jilks, who will both be trying to look for a decent enough total here for themselves. But Joe Richardson at the moment just bowling the final over, I believe, of the session for the Ashes Test match, until we get into the final one, which is going to be under pink ball with the lights as well. It is going to be a very tough one indeed. But the Brisbane Heat, they won the toss. They decided that they want to have a bowl here. And it is going to be Chris Lynn in charge for his side. He is excited. He will be hoping to get a few runs with the bat as well. But same with Alex Hales and also Matthew Gilkes. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow with the Perth Scorchers versus the Hobart Hurricanes, as well as the Ashes. We are going to be covering it on the channel as well. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new. Duckett is going to be in the field. He is on the mic today by the looks of it, and we are now ready to go for the very first ball of this matchup. Do give me your predictions in the chat for how many runs you feel that they will be able to get for themselves here, the Sydney Thunder. They're actually a very good side when they do bat first. And I would say, I'm going to say 176 as my total. And I am going to put it in the chat as well so that I do remember. 176 for 4. That's what I will say, that they will be able to get themselves. We'll add that one. And it's been cutting in the Sydney Thunder side. He is indeed. So he is going to get an opportunity later on in this one as well. I don't think they are reviewing this one here for Australia. Looked like it was just a little bit too high. Oh, that wasn't too far off, though, for that LBW. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are ready to go. And also Hamish on for a few minutes as well. Says Kanakoinen. So yeah, I hope you are doing well, mate, and hope you are excited for this game. And it's going to be Xavier Bartlett gets a bit of swing early here at the Gabba, and a run out could have been Alex Hales gone before even facing a delivery there as well. 189 for 5 as a prediction for Novmum there as well. I tell you what, Alex Hales here, he's had to dive big time. And if he didn't make it into the crease, he would have been gone easily there. They decided to take the quick single. Alex Hales, though, he isn't the quickest man between the wickets. He would have been gone. And that would have been the very first ball of the match as well. He well and truly tuned into a starfish there on the ground. Alex Hales just stretched himself out. That is nicely done by Alex Hales to get himself over the line. It is going to be now him on strike. Jilts, he doesn't get the run for that one. It was a leg by, but Bartlett, he is a dangerous man when the ball is swinging earlier as Wildermouth in the side for the Heat as well. We'll have a quick look for the Brisbane Heat. They have not got Wildermouth. They have got Lynn, Bryant, Duckett, little edge down to the man at third man, and it's going to be cut off by Majip. Yeah, they've got Chris Lynn, Max Bryant, Ben Duckett, Sam Hazlett, Tom Abel, Jimmy Pearson, James Baisley, Xavier Bartlett, Mark Stickety, Mitchell Swepson, Majip, and then Tom Cooper and Guthrie as their two X-Factor players that they are able to go to a little bit later on if they decide to. But it is currently T at the moment for the test match, and it is sitting 1 for 20 here in favour of England, but they do need another 448 runs to be able to win that one. But they've got 20 minutes to think about it now. But Xavier Bartlett now once again going to be running in. Nice bit of in swing for him. And I guess it's very weird going from T20 cricket or going from test match cricket for the last few days to now T20 cricket. We will see a lot of aggressive shots, although for Australia in their second innings of the test match, they were hitting the ball very hard. That is for sure. Xavier Bartlett and 0 for 1 so far of the first 3 deliveries. Of course, power surge, first 4 overs of this test match, or sorry, of this T20 match. That's going to happen a few times today. I think I'm going to say test rather than T20. Yeah, first 4 overs, only allowed 2 men outside of the ring. That's going to be a nice cover drive there for Jilks. Gave him a bit of width, too much width, and that is going to be the first boundary of the day here for the Sydney Thunder. Was a very aggressive shot from a Munster with a decent win last night. Ugly too, though, but when you play Castro, it's always ugly as well, says Kanakon. And yeah, it's always a close game with those French sides when they are on the road. But good win for Munster, and now they certainly have qualified for the round of 16, I would think. Good shot there from Jilks, being able to pierce the outfield. Bartlett just getting too much width on it, and it does end up being just a nice, easy stroke of the bat for Jilks to get himself his first runs of the day. Xavier Bartlett once again a little bit leg side-ish, and that is going to be called as a wide. I thought it was close to clipping the bat of Jilks, but just going a little bit too far down the leg side there for Bartlett. Hikey Willard as well, says Lila. And has there been a wicket as well, says Waddles. There has not been a wicket in this game, but there has been a wicket for England. At the moment, they are sitting 1 for 20 at the session break, and we have got their very good win for Munster there in the chat, says Sebastian. If you haven't already, be sure to give me your predictions of how many runs you think the Sydney Thunder will be able to get. Hey, Seb as well, says Kana Coin in there. Xavier Bartlett, final delivery of this over almost. He has got one more due to that wide, and they are going to be just taking the single. Alex Hales now on strike. A little bit of an overthrow, but it was cleaned up by Duckett. And at the moment, I feel like anything at the Gabba under, anything under about 160, I think they will take 168. Says more cake there, and it wasn't great. And now Harlequins and Munster both on 9 points. Quins leading by a point score difference as well, and 160 there for Robert. And also as the Ashes on tonight, says more cake. It is indeed. At the moment, we are in a session break for the Ashes, but we are going to be covering this game that's gone a little bit high and hit Alex Hales right on the box. That will be the end of the over though for Bartlett. Goes for 8, and the score now 8 for none here for the Sydney Thunder. But they have got the tea break. It is 1 for 20 at the moment for England, and what is going to be a tough old matchup for them to be able to draw this one. They need to bat for about 125 more overs than that one. Cameron Green has been fielding superbly in the Ashes. He has indeed. Ended up fielding about 4 in a row on one of those overs, or 3 in a row. That is Giant Castro is such an embarrassment as well, says Kana Quinn in there in the chat. Although they did get promoted recently, didn't they, to the top 14, if I'm not wrong, and that's why I can't watch the Heat tonight as well, says more cake. Although depending on what subscription I guess you have got, maybe you are able to watch a bit of split screen. I know that KO offers being able to watch multiple kind of sports at once as well. My question kind of, what was Castro thinking, kicking it out 6 points down in your possession? Why not try not that I'm complaining though as well. And you on KO or Foxtel, says it Robert there. It's going to be Mark Stickety now. Will be bowling the second over of the match for the Brisbane Heat. We are live from the Gabba. This is match 14 of the BBL. We are flying up at the moment. There's actually a fly commercial at the moment for the Ashes, so I feel like that's weirdly ironic that I did just say flying up there. But Stickety going to be bowling this one to the left-hander Jilks. Good Yorker, and it's going to be cut off nicely by Stickety, not letting that one leak runs down the ground there. And also Hamish, hi Robert, and the chat as well there, and also cheers Gunner. And that one was from Cricket Lovers originally. Yeah, I hope you are doing well, mate. I hope you guys have all been enjoying the Ashes and also are keen to see more of the Big Bash as it is coming back. Hi, Cricket Lovers as well, says it Robert there. But this match will be going through to about 12:45 or somewhere around there for New Zealand time, maybe even a little bit later. Stickety, that's full toss, or not quite full, sorry, it was a full delivery. Big shot, and it is going to be all the way for 6 for Jilks, something that we don't see too often in the Ashes, of course, unless Jai Richardson is batting. He's been phenomenal for them as well. What do you think, Total, as well? And there says cricket lovers to Robert. That was a great shot from Jilks, able to work it away out to the leg side, and it was just out. Calpack corner for 6 as well. Do you stream every BBL game as well, says Waddle Steve? We do indeed. Even with the Ashes going on at the moment, we are going to be doing our co-live stream, and at that regard, so that you guys do know exactly what is happening in this game, as well as the Ashes when it does get back underway as well. But yeah, we do cover every single game of the BBL. When's the Stars next game? Says Robert. I will have a quick look on my phone for you. That's going to be worked away to the leg side point, though. Run out opportunity. Almost took off Alex Hale's head there and out. And there as well. And they're not helping their popularity in Europe, are they, as well? Says Sebastian there. But we will have a quick look at the Stars. So they, I believe, I want to say their next game. In fact, I think I've got a little schedule for the Stars that I did bring up for the other live stream. Is it this one? The Melbourne Stars, their next game, they have got the Hobart Hurricanes on Friday, the 24th of December. So that will be 5 days away rather than 9. But that was the one that I did have for our live stream about a week, or not a week ago, probably about 4 or 5 days ago. The last game of the BBL that we did get to see when Maxwell's team did they end up winning? No, they just came up short up against the Sydney Sixers, who also had a decent performance. And at that game as well, I've got them when I say Brisbane, you say Heat, Brisbane Heat as well. For it was Aiden there in the chat. Also, it's very simple, Seb. They're not in it to win it. They do, or they really do not care about being there as well. Also, oops, we're pressing it out. Meant 6 as well, says Robert. I was wondering what happened. I was wondering whether or not there was a wicket that I wasn't aware of. But Stickety now, nicely bowled on the stumps. And just the dot ball. Once again, good work here for the Brisbane Heat and Brizzy Army in there as well. And they have the worst disciplinary record, says Kana Quinnan. Because whereabouts on the field were they, Sebastian, when they kicked that ball out? If you can remember. At the moment, Sandu, I don't believe he's actually in the starting lineup for this matchup. I believe he is going to be one of those X-Factor players, or maybe even missing out completely for this game. They have still got a very good bowling lineup, and that's the thing with these sides. It's very hard to be able to cut out certain players from the starting lineup. As soon as Jai Richardson, he finishes the test match duty, he's going to be back for the Perth Scorchers. And does he get injected straight away into the side, or do they decide maybe to leave him out? That's going to be a nice shot from Gills. Going deep, though. Almost a beautiful catch, but just falling short of the man out on the deep square leg, and he wasn't able to take it. That will be the end of the over, though. 2 overs down, 15 for none here for the Sydney Thunder. And I got a few paychecks on this game as well. That's true. But since you made the trip to Limerick, might as well. They're pretty embarrassing as well. Says Sebastian there, have some fun. BBL Amish, my bet reach 180. Says Kevin there for the prediction. And yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome to see whether or not they do make it to around that 180 mark. I know the Perth Scorchers, they are always a side that just start at a frantic pace and just keep on going throughout their innings. Can the Sydney Thunder do the same in this matchup? I think those two sides are playing off very soon as well, the Thunder and the Scorchers. And in fairness, they were still in their own 50, but still as well. Yeah, I guess they are just going round to 16, round the corner. We'll just pretty much kick it out, try and confirm that, almost getting to that ball, but just through the hands, unfortunately. Oh, that was a flat shot as well by the looks of it. And guess who's back again. Izzy back, tell a friend, welcome in, Izzy. Hope you are doing well, mate. And hope you are excited for another game of the KFC Big Bash. Xavier Bartlett now getting 2 overs in a row here. We'll be bowling the second last one of the power play. It's pitched up, and it is going to be Jilt, smacks it hard down the ground, but it is cut off nicely by, I believe it was Heslett, was able to get that one, and they were in their own half between their 10 and halfway line when they kicked it out with seconds left as well. Says Kanakon. Yeah, so I guess it would have been worth a crack for them as well, but then I guess it depends on their pool. I'm actually going to have a look and see who is sitting where in their pool, because I know for the round of 16, you only need to be in the top 12 to be able to, or sorry, the round of 16, you only need to be in the top 16, which is the top 8 of each of the groups. But a little bit leg side-ish, and it's going to be whipped away by Jilks once again, going to the deep on the leg side. And it was a Duckett who was able to throw it in right. Champions Cup, what are we sitting at? Leicester versus Connacht, Leicester versus Connacht is going to be coming up in a very short moment as well. But the table as it is sitting at the moment, where are they? Okay, so with them getting that one, the Castros, they are actually sitting in 7th at the moment on that table. So they're sitting not too bad at this stage. They've still got a few sides below them, but the few sides do actually have game in hand. So more than likely they will get pushed back down after as well. So yeah, it's a risky tactic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We saw that it did work out for Canada in their 2-match series up against Chile, I believe it was. And that's going to be a shot down the ground from Hale. Strikes it well. That is his first 6 of the day and the second of the day here for the Sydney Thunder. Supporting Sydney Thunder says things that he would have absolutely loved that shot from Alex Hales. And Alex Hales, English batsman. He is indeed. He's one of the international players that they have got for their BBL squad. We have got there, not to mention their 9, Rory Cockett, mouthing off for over a minute to the referee, wouldn't zip it after being warned 3 times as well. So he's kind of clean in there. Was it taken in the crowd? I think it actually went down the tunnel there by the looks of it. They had to go after that ball and try and find it as well. I supporting Sydney Thunder and also thinking of going to a BBL the last week for the final if there's a game at the Gabba as well, says Robert. I will have a quick look for you and see if Brisbane Heat do have a home game coming up, but it is going to be Xavier Bartlett in the slot once again. Alex Hales gets plenty of it. Not quite as much as the last, but it is still going to be 4 runs back-to-back boundaries there for Alex Hales, and that is the aggression and also the power that this man at the top of the order for the Thunder possesses at the moment. Looking like he's not going to be going at a slow run rate. 11 runs off 4 deliveries so far for Alex Hales. Looking like he's in a bit of a hurry here to just keep on getting that strike rate ticking over for himself and also get the Thunder to a good total. They know that with Chris Lynn on the other side, Lynn's sanity can be released at any moment, and that's the thing. The problem with Chris Lynn is the fact that, like, he doesn't need a lot of room and he doesn't even need a lot of timing, and he can still hit the ball for 6. Bartlett there, following him nicely there. And it does mean that they do get themselves a single. Good throw from Bartlett, but he is going to be safe there for Jilks. Right, the Heat play the Hurricanes on the 8th of January, and that is going to be at the Gabba. So that's probably your last one as well. And 19th of January is their last game at the Gabba versus Scorchers as well. I'm sorry. I am only in week 6 for that one. Yes, it is at the Gabba. 30 days time till that one does take place, but that is going to be one more ball left of this over, and then they've got one more of the power surge left to try and make their way. I'd say if they get up to 40 by the end of the power surge, they'd be pretty happy with that. But it is day 40 at the moment in the Ashes. England sitting 1 for 20, and they do need to try and chase down a total of 450 if they want a chance of it being able to win this one, or bat out about 120 overs to be able to draw it. Bartlett steams in once again outside of the off stump. Jilts goes bang, and there is no one back there, and it's 4. 1 bounce 4 as well. And also, I remember kind of their discipline is a letdown. I guess your theory is the most accurate as well. They're not bothered about this competition and have grown to despise them for what they stand for as well. If they're more concerned about the top 14, then kick them out and put a team in that wants to be there as well. There's that kind of coin in there as well. But at the moment, that is the end of the third over. 31 for none here for the Sydney Thunder. Looking strong in the early stages of this match. We'll just keep on going. Did Joseph Parker win his fight? Ladies and gentlemen, do let me know. I believe he would have had his fight a little bit earlier on today, so do let me know if he did get the win. And then I don't think anyone has mentioned it so far. I know that someone mentioned about Jake Paul winning his fight against Tyron Woodley, I believe it was. At the moment, the cheerleaders at the moment, they are well and truly celebrating for the Brisbane Heat. It is going to be Majip now, who will be having a bowl inside of the power play as well, but Bartlett has been quite expensive so far in this BBL, going for 22 runs of his first 2 overs. Now it is going to be Hales sitting on 11 off 5, and then Jilks sitting on 17 off 13 at the moment here. It seems like they have forgotten to give the commentators actually seats. I'm not too sure what the go is with that. BBL streams fast as Orchestra getting slagged off as well, and that was almost a good opportunity for Alex Hales. Smack that one to the boundary, but just missed out on it, and it is a dot ball. Good start to the over for Majip here. He needs to try and find a way of getting Hales out, and if he doesn't get Hales out, there's still a chance that he will be able to slow down that run rate for them. It looks like he wants to get 2 there. Hales, he is not getting back for 2, though, and it is just going to be the single. Jilks now on strike, the left-hander here. Different kind of angle for Majip. See what he can do. And also, it will be interesting, though, for the next round. You never know. Munster versus Quins may happen as well. So it's kind of going on. I feel like both of you guys will be there. That is joy. And also, we've got their joint dream team projection and chat with me as well. And also, what was that? Joseph Parker, I believe it was. Did he have his fight earlier today? If I'm not wrong, he had a rematch with someone that he has fought in the back, or fought in the past, I should say, not in the back. I'm sure that's not allowed in boxing. Just having a few backyard scraps for now. It is going to be a Jeep outside of the off-stump. Jilks, it's straight to the man Stickety, who is at kind of like, I guess you'd say, a backward cover kind of region there. Almost point, but not quite. Although now he is going back to point. It seems like they are going to be shifting him around just a little bit more square. But Jeep, nice wrong in there. It's going over the field. And this is going to be the 3 Brisbane Heat players trying to chase it down. It's looking like a quicker outfield at the Gabba than it was at Adelaide Oval. Going to be stopped there. Good little bit of relay fielding and the deep for the Brisbane Heat. And that is going to be just the 2 runs that they were able to get off that one. Was it 3? It was 3. Good running between the wickets by Alex Hales and Jilks. And also we have got there, I would dread that game kind of as well. But if it must happen, then so be it. As says Sebastian, yeah, it will be interesting to see who gets matched up with who. Definitely with like those forfeited points and whatnot from Leinster, it means that they will have away games rather than the home. And we know what happened when they were playing up against La Rochelle last year in the Champions Cup. Nicely advancing down the wicket there. Alex Hales just swings through the line of the ball, and that is going to be another 4 runs. They move up to 39 now off 3.5. So then I'd say they are going to get to that 40 as long as they get a single here off this final over for Majip. The final ball of Majip, I should say. I think they are going to be completely fine. But that's the thing. This is so fast-paced compared to Test match cricket. Every ball, got to be watching if you're in the crowd because you might be getting one straight in the gullet if you're not too careful. That's what a bird has, isn't it? That's going to be actually straight in the gullet, or unfortunately in the lower gullet for Alex Hales. That's going to be the end of the over, and that will be 39 for none after the 4 overs. Joseph Parker beat Derek as well in that situation. We're not Leinster or to lose as well. Says Kana going in there, and hey friends in the chat from Depth and Breeze. Hopefully you are doing well, and you dread us as well in the chat. Says Kana going in there. Not being Leinster or to lose. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how those two sides do go into their later stages. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We have got plenty more KFC Big Bash coming, including the game tomorrow, which is taking place between the Hobart Hurricanes and the Perth Scorchers. Should be a good one. And also a little bit of rugby later on tonight. That is going to be the matchup between Leicester Tigers and Connacht as well. And nothing better than pizza, beer, and cricket on a Sunday evening is Usman playing. He is not, but I am leaving him as the thumbnail. There is a reason for it this time. And I believe he is going to be playing in the MCG Test match, hopefully, as one of the openers. And also, it was his birthday yesterday, I believe it was. And commentary from a legend as well, says Aiden. Thank you very much, mate. Usually appreciate it. But yeah, it was Usman Khawaja's birthday yesterday. So I was like, seeing as he is listed as the original captain, I'm going to put him on there as a thumbnail rather than Chris Green, because I wasn't too sure whether or not he was going to be playing for this game, as they were really rotating their squad a little bit. There's going to be now Basley. We've been bowling this one outside of the off stump. Jilks trying to glide it down to deep third man, and it is going to be fielded nicely by Majip there. And that moves them up onto 40 runs off the first 4.1 overs here. The match summary at the moment for the Ashes. England need 448 more runs to win. Australia were able to get 473. Then they declared, and then it was 230. They also declared there, and England bowled out in their first innings for 236. We have got nice glasses. Thank you very much. I usually appreciate you being back for this one once again. We're here for the BBL. We cover every single BBL match that we can, including there is a day that has 3 back-to-back BBL games. It's going to be about 10 hours straight of cricket. We're going to be covering it all, and also he's 11th man in the Test match as well. Says Robert there on the day. It's just that Munster is the only other team I quite like in that competition, league side-ish from it was Basley, and once again worked down to fine leg where Majip was waiting his route in, yet not quite, but he might be soon. But I will be keeping you guys updated with the score in the Ashes Test match as well. We have got there. It's just that Munster are the only other team I quite like in that competition. If I could avoid that game, I would. Imagine the final, Munster versus Harlequins. Wouldn't that be nice? Although if they're in the same pool, or different pools, sorry, I believe they wouldn't quite get matched up, would they? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, though, Jilks currently sitting on 21 runs off 16 delivery. Hales sitting on 17 off 10 here for himself as well. And hi, says Azar Khan, welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well and hope you are excited for this game. Do let me know who you think will be winning this one. Also, kind of, I was saying that if there's a team to end Leinster streak, it should be an Irish team. I think Connacht can pull this off. I really do as well. And no, Milan is as well, says Robert. Yeah, at the moment it is Milan. And also Rory Burns bringing up a partnership of 16 runs off 36 deliveries as late rugby game on this evening as well. Says Kevin, it is indeed, mate. We are going to have that matchup between Leicester Tigers and also Connacht. And that will be starting at around 2 a.m. New Zealand time. But we will be covering that on the channel as well. Basley, 3 runs so far of his first 3 balls, giving himself space there. Alex Hales goes straight over the top of Jimmy Pearson. And that is going to be 4 runs. Nathan Lyon being brought into the attack for the Ashes as well. So this will be an interesting little period for England to try and defend, but Alex Hales, he'll take any runs that he can get at the moment. 21 runs off 11 deliveries, certainly looking like he is in good nick at the moment, already hitting 2 4s, 1 6, and then, 3 4s now, 1 6. And Jilks hitting 2 4s, 1 6 also, and we have got that hi Hamish, what happened to the rugby team versus the cricket team go? As well, says Aiden there. Has it been cancelled or something? Aiden, do let me know, because at this stage, it is going to be in January, I believe it was. Wasn't entertaining as well. It was actually very exciting to watch last year when you had like Geordie Barrett, Will Jordan and whatnot, all having a go with the bat in hand and also bowling alongside it. Will survive the evening session, but we have a whole another day as well. Tough job, lads, tough job. says it was Sebastian, but now at the moment it seems like Xavier Bartlett being brought up just a little bit more. Well, this one, got to make sure that they have the right amount of men outside of the ring. We actually saw a free hit come the other night because of that as well. A little bit down the leg side, it's going to be given as a wide from Basley at the moment. A little bit expensive in the early stages for James Basley here. And also we have got a few spammers in the chat. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since we had ourselves the BBL spammers. Of course, about 5 days since the last BBL match did take place. He has well and truly gone for the extra so far. 4 so far, 2 leg buys and also 2 wides have happened so far in this match. In the first 4.4 overs. Quite a few extra for them, but of course not as many in that game. Oh, that's going to be the back leg there. That's relatively close, but I think height might have been a factor. The Gabba, yet pretty true bounce. Maybe even got a little bit of bat on it there, Alex Sales. I don't believe so. So that would have been a decent shout, but I think it was just going a little bit too high. Happening January 22nd, says it Nov Mum there. And also we've got their double bumfa and the chat says Sebastian there. This was nicely done. Oh, it is triple bumfa there. That is for sure. The vocal cords are not going to be able to work after that. I really hope we don't have a whole heap of rugby on that same weekend, or else my voice literally will not work. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that's the same day as the Sevens. And that's going to be a beautiful shot there from Jilks. No one back there. It's going to be at least 2 runs there. The outfield is quick, but so is Xavier Bartlett to be able to cut it off nicely. Knew that he was going to be touching the rope. So he does throw it back in, and that is going to be 3 runs between the wickets for the Thunder once again. None for 51 after the 5 overs, and Nathan Lyon is spinning at a mile at the moment in the test match up against Rory Burns. It's going to be a tough session for England, definitely under lights. That ball's gone off middle stump and ended up pretty much all the way over there for that one as well. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, because we are going to be back tomorrow, and that will be with the Ashes as well. Rory Burns. Tell you what, this is not easy batting. I am just watching that one, and I would much prefer to be batting at the Gabba here, even though, to be fair, Mitchell Swepson still not an easy man to face, but at least it shouldn't be turning as much as it is for Nathan Lyon at the moment. We're just checking this LBW for Basley. Ended up in the leg. Oh, it was hit in the stumps. It was actually going to be taken off the bails as well. So that is unfortunate for the man not to be able to get that one. James Basley. Could have been Alex Hales, who could have been on his way, and who top scored the most in the All Blacks team in the cricket game. I believe Will Jordan got himself. Did he get 50 or did he get 49? I know that he was very close to being able to get himself to that 50 runs for Will Jordan, if I'm not wrong. Now they are going Mitch Swepson. Going to get an opportunity now. He was actually 12th man for the cricket in the test match, wasn't he? A little while ago, if I'm not wrong. Now he is going to be ready to go. Currently sitting here 2-0 at the moment for Sydney FC over Wellington Phoenix, using his feet nicely for Jilks, but there is a man down there. Not going to be able to get to it though. And it was Basley who was able to cut it off. Sorry, Bartlett actually. They've got quite a few similar names here for the Brisbane Heat. I have just realised they've got Bartlett, they've got Basley. Then they've got also as another combo that's pretty similar, they have got Heaslett and they've got Duckett. So relatively similar, same but different in a way. And they usually have wildcard celebrities in both teams, like people who don't play rugby or cricket in a professional capacity. Yeah, normally they normally go with like a comedian or something. I think a couple years ago it was Hamish from Hamish and Andy. And then last year it was a fella who's an actor, I believe, as well. But yeah, they throw in the occasional one just to kind of see how they do go in the cricket environment. But Swepson now once again with the leg spinner. Be whipped down the ground by Alex Hales just for the single here, down to Bartlett, who is charging in hard. And he will be hoping that if he bowls again, he doesn't go for as many runs as he did for his last couple, because Bartlett, a little bit too expensive for his own liking there. But Swepson now once again getting ready to go. 2 runs so far off of the first 2 deliveries projected, has them going pretty much at a total of 200 there. And you say a test match instead of test match, but I like it as well. Says it was Mohammadi there in the chat. And now they are running hard for the 2. They will get there as well. Good running between the wickets for Hales and Jilks. Now they move up to 55 for themselves. I'm watching the test match at the same time. If anyone's wondering why I go like this and then like this, I have got the test match on the screen, and then I have got the Big Bash on the screen, and the chat is over here as well. So we have got all kinds of screens going. My eyes are getting tested well and truly, just going back and forth like this the whole time. But the projected going to be going towards that 200. Jilks sitting on 28 off 20. Hales 22 off 13. That one's dragged down a little bit. And it is going to be the dot ball, the wrong in there from Swepson. And it was taken nicely in the near kind of cover region by Duckett as well. at the moment. 12. Oh, that's a big shot there from Jilks, but I don't think he's got all of it there. It's going to be a chance, and it's taken, and Jilks is going to be gone now, taken in the deep, and Swepson picks up the early wicket there for himself. In the end, it was actually Tom Cooper who was able to take that one. I think he was actually going to be the X-Factor player in this matchup, but he is completely fine there, and Swepson does pick up the wicket of Jilks, so now they will have to have probably Jason Singer making his way out there. And also we have got there, Hamish, do you want to start the first ever thing on the Kiwi Lads channel, the Mexican Wave as well? Says Aiden, how will we do it, Aiden? Do let me know. I guess is it just everyone in the chat puts a hand in the chat, I guess, in a way, in just a random order. I guess you could try it. See how you go, ladies and gentlemen. Grab yourself a hand emoji. See whether or not it does work out for you. We will have to wait and see, but now it's going to be Jason Singer making his way out to the middle, probably a little bit earlier than he would have been anticipating, but 1 for 55 here for the Thunder, only losing their first wicket now. They set a good start to this innings. They've also got the power surge that they will be able to take a little bit later on. Hi, says Nathan Sim there as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well, but it was the subfielder Cooper, so I think maybe there's a little bit of an injury for someone out there at the moment with the fact that he is out on the field rather than whoever it would be. I'm not too sure who would be out there, though, for them that he has replaced there, Tom Cooper. But now Jason Singer in his BBL career, 178 runs, strike rate of just over 100, and his best is 63 not out. But yeah, Jason Singer, like they're saying, doesn't really get too many opportunities, so this is the perfect time for him to be able to go out there and see what he can do. Alex Hales at the moment, he will be on strike as they did cross in the middle. Nicely played there by Hales, just working it down to short third man and Majip. He has been able to get the single. That is the end of the over. 6 overs down now and 56 for 1 here for the Sydney Thunder. So a good start to the match for them. Been going at a good pace, and it seems as if maybe, I'm going to say, I can't remember what my score was that I did say. I think I said 176, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, at the moment, this one is going to be interesting to see whether or not they get more runs than England do with the Ashes in their second one. You start it, and then everyone uses the hand emoji. So it's that one that Aiden has got there. One moment, we will go here, and we will go like this as well. I'll work out whereabouts my hand emoji is. And also, while we are at it, I will mention that we are sitting on 18 likes. Let's continue to push towards the 100 that we normally try and hit on these ones. Unless at the moment, the poll, it's got the wrong poll here for me. Does it have the second session for you guys as well? Or have you got the other poll, which does say about who is going to be winning, but the Brisbane Heat versus Thunder game as well. And there, and also we have got the AA, says Ali Hills. Welcome into the live stream. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you are excited for this matchup. The Brisbane Heat, they have 69% of the, at this stage, I don't even know if I've got that emoji, Aiden, unfortunately, on my PC. I'm not too sure whether or not I can actually start that Mexican wave there. But now Mark Stickerty, he is going to be charging in for this one once again. Nicely bowled, a little bit leg side, but it is going to be worked off the legs of Alex Hales. Looks like they do want to just take the one here. No point taking the risk as well. And Kevin has put that one in the chat as well. Just once again, well bowled by Nathan Lyon. Seeming like he's got that line and length worked out for himself. But Singer now getting to face his first delivery of the BBL for 2021, I believe. If I'm not wrong, normally they wouldn't have him there in that top order because they would normally have Usman Khawaja also around the year. I'm all right. How about you, Aiden, as well there? And the chat, and it is the hands from Ali there as well. But Singer, the projected for them at the moment, 185 here for the Sydney Thunder. Still have some very capable batsmen alongside them. Sam Billings, Alex Ross, Daniel Sams, Ben Cutting, and then just to go down the order a little bit more, Nathan McAndrew, Chris Green. Then it will be Mahmood and Singer as the last two batsmen. It's nice and pitched up there. And Singer does not pick up a run there for himself. At the moment, I would say 180 at the moment seems like it is going to be probably the par for the Sydney Thunder. Any less than that, and there is a chance that the Brisbane Heat will be able to chase it down relatively comfortably. They are coming off a win here for the Brisbane Heat, whereas the Sydney Thunder, I believe, who did they play last? I am just going to make sure that I do have my information right in that regard. I know that they were relatively close in a couple of the games that we have seen recently. What do we got? It is the Sydney Thunder. One moment, we all go like that. That's going to be a nice pull shot there from Jason Singer, and now he gets himself off the mark with his first run of the day. The Heat had a close game with the Renegades, but they were able to win it with only about, they actually won it comfortably. 3 overs left, and they were able to chase it down. The Stars, they were able to beat the Sydney Thunder, so they didn't miss it out on the last one. We have got the Northman with the hands, and also Paddy Wagon there, and also we have got the Ali's finally back as well. Says up Paddy in the chat. Also, I'm going to be, I'm going to I'm good, just been a chilled out day, to be honest, just waiting for my pizza and watching this Legends come on tree as well. Says Aiden there in the chat. Alex Hales at the moment, he will be on strike here. 24 of 15 deliveries here. Going to be pitched up and once again worked away to the league side. It seems like they are just scoring the runs extremely easy at the moment for themselves here, the Sydney Thunder. There doesn't seem to be any rush for them at this point. Anyone who is new to the channel, though, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back in the near future. It is the game tomorrow for the Ashes, and also we will be covering the game between the Scorchers and also the Hobart Hurricanes. Burns is on 22. What's he thinking as well? It's going very well at the moment, that is for sure. But Sangi, he will want to get himself at least 22, I would think, in this innings. But Stickety will have something to say about it. Steams in the big quick. Oh, playing a miss there for Sanger. Tried to glide it down to third man, but just didn't quite get onto it out as well. And there says Aisha Fuzzle there in the chat as well. Hope you are doing well, mate. And hope you are excited for the fact that this is only match 14 out of the 61 in total that we are going to get to see. The fact that we get to see so many games of the KFC Big Bash, I am absolutely loving it. Definitely when we have back-to-back games, they're happening more and more often in the near future. We are covering the game on Christmas Eve. We are covering the game on Boxing Day as well, either side of the Ashes and Christmas. It is going to be almost an edge there from Sanger, but brilliant delivery from Stickety. He closes out his second over now, 0 for 10 for his figures, and 1 for 59 here for the Sydney Thunder after 7 no wicket as well. And welcome, Ellie. Nice female in the chat, as says Kevin there. And I didn't stay awake for the rugby game as well. No spoilers, lad. They're in the chat from Sebastian. Good in-swinging delivery there from Mitchell Stark to Gabba Milan, and they are trying to build up a partnership. The last thing Australia will want in that test match is rain, because then it could make it just a little bit harder for them to be able to win. But Hales, he is sitting 25 of 16, has already in himself 3 fours, 1 6. They were all in the power play, though, so we haven't got to see him in the more recent time. But Sanger, he is going to be a man with the ball in hand that we will be watching out for with that spinner as well. He is going to be coming in at number 10, or sorry, number 11, and then Mahmood at number 10, Chris Green at 9, and then the next 3 batsmen, Billing, Ross, and Sams. I'm looking forward to seeing the sweepologist Alex Ross once again get an opportunity. Anytime the wicket is bouncing and the bounce is true, that man scores a lot of runs. Hales got there. I gutted. I gathered that much as well. And also, if Hales hits 3 sixes in the next over, you will get $2 as well, says Mahmoodi. It's going to be whipped off the legs for that one, and it is just a single, so Alex Hales going to be off strike. So I guess that almost takes away that option straight away, unfortunately for me there. But Sanger will be on strike now. Jason Sanger to Swepson here as well. Mitch Swepson, he has already got the wicket. He did pick up the wicket of Jilks in the earlier stages of the match, just outside of the power play, I believe it was. I think it was in the 5th over that he was able to get it. And now Alex Hales once again is looking like he's loving it out there in the middle, already sitting on 26 runs. Wants a new armband by the looks of it there, if I'm not wrong. I think he had to just turn his wrist guard or kind of wristband inside out, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Is there rugby later on as well? Says Betty Wagon, there is indeed. It is going to be Leicester taking on Connacht, and that is at 2 a.m. New Zealand time. There's a couple of us that float around here. It's a little sweep shot there, almost a ramp from Sanger, and he is going to be able to pick up the 2 runs for the Sydney Thunder. So at the moment, they are just ticking over very nicely for themselves, sitting on 1 for 62. Projected score of 169. I feel like they will want to go for that bare minimum here on this pitch. It's looking like a good surface at the Gabba. Of course, we saw the first test match of the Ashes take place there, and England currently sitting 1 for 32 after 11.4 overs. So they have not lost any more of their wickets as of yet, which is great news for them at the moment. Now Mitch Swepson, once again, going to be bowling at the moment. Very economical in the early stages. Schedule on Discord, Patty, as well. And there's Sebastian there. Well, that one. I tell you what, Sebastian, anytime I mention it, you're like straight away and it's up on Discord. Like, you are very impressive with how quickly you have them ready. Do you have any of them like pre-prepared, or are you just pretty much just a whiz when it comes to bringing them up in like 50 seconds? Because it's like those ones the other day, wasn't it? How I was like, I'm going to be scheduling this. That was me. I didn't type that. I just scheduled it. And then 30 seconds later, boom, Sebastian's there and he was ready to go with the Discord poster as well. Hopefully, Katie, I can join the party. She's normally here for the rugby, as I says Kevin there. Now, Mitch Swepson at the moment, 1 for 9 so far of its first 9 deliveries. A bit leg-sideish, but Alex Hales pays that ball a little bit of respect and just hits it straight back to Swepson for, once again, the dot ball. He has been very impressive, and that's the thing. Some spinners, that's the thing. You're either, as a spinner in the BBL, you're getting smashed for like 10 runs and over, or you're very economical And it seems to be the leg spinners as well who can really get it going. Rashid Khan, he actually was pretty expensive in his last game rugby. On too late for me. Got to get up at a reasonable hour. Joys of having kids as well. Says no, that is all right. Hopefully it will still be a high-scoring game. And you will be able to catch the highlights on Monday, I guess it would be as well. The 1 and 52nd was prepared, yes, but the rest are pretty much spontaneous as well. Says Sebastian there. It's going to be pitched up outside the off stump. Got a bit of fielding there. And Duckett able to cut it off. They do get through for the single, though. End of the over. 6 at the moment. 64 for 1 here for the Sydney Thunder after the 8. So they're going at 8 runs per over here. At the moment, the Brisbane Heat, they'll be 50-50 about how this is going at the moment. They will know that they need Hales out, but then saying that you almost need the rest of the Sydney Thunder lineup as well, down to about 8, because that's the thing. Daniel Sams can hit a long ball. Alex Ross can hit a long ball. Sam Billings can hit a long ball. Ben Cutting, pretty good at hitting the long ball as well. Hamish, can you tell? I'll start a weekly thing on Discord telling us, well, and when you will be going live as well, says Aidan. I feel like I do need to kind of get that prepared, don't I? So that we can have something that does let you guys know exactly when we are going live. Because that's the thing. I don't normally very often, if I do end up like scheduling a live stream or I have it in mind or like a live stream in mind, like the week prior, I always end up doing that live stream. Like I haven't really had any cancel ones other than when the game, of course, has been cancelled. I didn't add any players to the Let's Down Connacht one. I think that looks, but I think it looks pretty sweet. It was nice. That is for sure. I had the logos, or sorry, not the logos, the flags didn't in the background. I can appreciate a good flag as a flag man myself. At the moment, Duckett is having a bit of a chat with them. He is also English. There's a lot of English players in the KFC Big Bash this year. A little bit of space there. Almost a caught and bowled opportunity for Basley. Did go for 11 runs off his first over. But now he has been brought back in for this one. At the moment, Nathan Lyon is turning it an absolute mile out there for the Gabba, for the Adelaide Oval, which we will get to see a few more games of the KFC Big Bash, mainly for the Adelaide strikers. Rashid Khan, Wes Agar, those two men are playing well at the moment in terms of being able to really get, I guess, their specialty going as well. Rashid Khan, he does end up normally picking up wickets about halfway through the season is when he really starts to shine. So he's slowly warming up to it. And that's going to be a shot from Alex Hales. That's leg side. And that one is going to go. Yes, it does go all the way for 6. And it is a nice shot there. And a Basley now going for 17 off only 8 deliveries. Alex Hales hits himself another 6 now. And that is going to be now 2 for himself. Going very well, Alex Hales. How many meters was it? It was only 69, but he didn't even really strike it well. It still went over the boundary there for Alex Hales. Steckity not too happy with that one, unfortunately. She's going a little bit too far down the leg side there for Basley, and he has been costly so far. Already getting tonked around the ground by Alex Hales, it's fair to say. 8.2 overs down at the moment for the Thunder. They move up onto 70 for 1, and they have still got another 4 overs left, or 4 balls left of the Basley over. Big swing from Hales once again, lofting out through cover, and it is going to be deep cover who is able to cut it off. And they do just get themselves a single there once again. At the moment, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, be sure to predict how many it is going to be that they will be able to get here. The Sydney Thunder sitting on 71 in less than half of the time that they have been batting. They have also still got a power surge to come after the 10th, and the power boost, the boost bash boost point. That's what it is called. It's always hard to say that one off the tongue. Bit of a tongue twister, but that is going to be whoever has the most runs after 10 overs does get themselves an extra nice bonus point. Sanger on strike, just hits it all on the ground. And a very sensible shot there from Sanger. And anyone remember Lynn hitting the ball out of the Gabba as well, says Aidan. Yeah, I feel like that is a clip that just goes round and round the internet. Like every 6 months or so, you see it again. And you go like, that's the thing. Seeing it happen once and then seeing it again, you just realize every single time how huge of a hit it was for Chris Lynn. Now it is going to be Basley. Sitting 0 for 18 so far off his 1.40 eyebrow as well, says Roman. Welcome into the live stream. I hope you're doing well and hope you are excited for the BBL. It's going to be a Yorker there, Sanger, gliding it down to the 3rd man boundary. Almost well cut off though by Majib. Good bit of work there in his bright orange and yellow shoes there. And also we have there the Bangladesh flags from Roman as well. So yeah, hope you are excited for Bangladesh's upcoming tour that they have got of New Zealand for the Test Series. Should be a very exciting one early in the year as well. There is one of those matches actually taking place about 3 hours up the road from myself. And also, yes, you remember him hitting it out of the Canberra Oval for Queensland Bulls versus Western Australia as well. Says that it was there from Robert. But yeah, that's the thing. Chris Lynn, I believe they had his stats earlier on, and he's got about 100 sixes more than anyone else in the KFC Big Bash. Once again, Sanger steps across to the off stump and then whips it to leg just for the single, I should say. He doesn't seem like he's being too aggressive at the moment. He is just feeding the strike to Alex Hales as well. It's fine. Cricket ball outside of stadium can most likely keep or go or do give back as well. And also we have got there the little emoji saying for myself to hydrate, so we will get the glass. And cheers for that. But yeah, hydration important, definitely on a hot day like we had today. I think we were actually warmer here than it was at the Adelaide Oval for the test match, which is something we have not had yet. Definitely not when they had 35 degrees only 2 days ago. But at the moment, 13.2 at the moment here. Overs down in England's innings, and they are sitting at 33 for 1. I feel like we're actually going to catch them for overs in a very short moment here by the looks of it. But the Sydney Thunder, they have now got to face off against Majip with the ball in hand. Very good with his bowling. Didn't actually go for too many in his first over of the power play. He did go for 8. And I like your shirt as well, says Elias. Thank you very much. Did end up putting it on. This is actually our copyright shirt. The one that I wore when we originally got our copyright strike. So I'm hoping that I can wear it a little bit more often and it doesn't lead to those copyright strikes as well. I think you keep it if it goes out the ground as well, says Robert. And that is going to be a nice sweep shot there from Sanger, but no run available for them as well. So he seems like he is just trying to slowly build into his innings here, Sanger. 7 runs off 10 balls. He hasn't really had many opportunities. Like I mentioned, I think Thunder will win today as well, says Roman. How many runs do you think they will be able to get in their 20 overs? Reverse sweep there from Sanger. Hits it nicely. And that is going to be 4 runs. So that takes back the statement that I just made because he just did a very powerful reverse sweep for Sanger. Rory Burns, he is still at the crease for England alongside Gabba Milan, of course. He plays a little bit in the BBL. I believe Gabba Milan, was he at the Hobart Hurricanes last time that we did see him in the BBL? And also, that's just kind of like a whipping shot there for Sanger. It wasn't just the reverse sweep. He didn't just try and leave that one there. And also trying to look rich today as well, says Betty Wagon. I mean, if you saw the price tag of the shirt, you wouldn't think that because it was probably like $10. Now it is going to be whipped away to the leg side as well. And it was more that I was trying not to look like I was a drowned rat with all of my sweat from how hot it was earlier on. Because that's the thing, I've still got the window like closed for these live streams, but anytime I get the chance to open the window afterwards, it's just wide open and it is blowing some nice fresh air around as well with the lights as well, which I have forgotten to turn on one of them. So that's going to get a little bit warmer now as well. We need another wicket. Let's go Brisbane as well, a little bit down the leg side, and Majip gives away the wide there. 80 runs for the Thunder. They're going at a good rate. The economy for Majip so far in his BBL career, only going for 6.12 and over and 30 wickets. A little bit of an arm ball there. That one was probably going down at about 106 Ks, 102.9 close. Have a Fanta as well, says Hamish Spencer. I could have a Fanta maybe after the live stream. Perhaps we'll see how it goes. Now Majip at the moment. 2 more deliveries left till we get to 10 overs in, and then the Bash Boost point will be on the line for them if they do end up getting. Nice sweep shot once again from Sanger, but hits it straight to the man. Basley, who is just lurking there. And so if we need another wicket, that must mean we need a yawn as well. And I haven't heard that before. A drowned rat as well. There's a Paddy Wagon there. But now it is going to be advancing down the wicket for Sanger. They don't take on the run. So that is going to be the end of the 10 overs. And now I will find myself a pen. There's one. So now they are going to need themselves. Ow. I tried to bang my pen on the table, but instead missed the table and just banged my finger, which was nice. But 10 overs down, and it is going to be 82 runs that they will require if they do want a chance of getting that Bash Boost point there for the Brisbane Heat. And also we have got there, I've seen your self-made IPL highlights. I really enjoyed them as well. Says Mahabadi there in the chat. That is, of course, on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel. We decided to do one of those. I kind of want to do some for the Big Bash as well. Perhaps we will wait and see how it goes. My choice, Fanta or Coke. Keep energy up as well, says Kevin there. But yeah, at the moment, I feel like I'm already buzzing enough. That's the thing. Test match cricket, for some people, they find it boring and it slightly makes them a little bit sleepy. For me, it's like the opposite. Even though I yawn during my live streams, it is just a case of not from being tired, but just from I don't know. I was about to say from being excited, but I don't think that's how yawning works. Not quite anyway. But at the moment, decent partnership forming between Alex Hales and also Sanger, currently sitting on 12 runs off 14 deliveries, just the 1-4, and then Alex Hales, 3 4s and 2 6s for him as well. At the moment, that's the thing, this is absolutely flying by for this matchup of the BBL. I feel like after watching Test match cricket, this game is just absolutely shooting from one to the other as well. And also, they're having one right now. It made me remember off you because you're always on about Fanta as well, Says it was Irish Spencer there. Did you, by any chance, buy a Fanta because I had always mentioned Fanta? Or was it just maybe? Because if that is the case, maybe I got to send Fanta a little email. Be like, hey, like, I'm talking about Fanta all the time. You want to, like, send me some Fanta? And they'll probably be like, no. And I'll be like, I'll probably still end up talking about Fanta anyway. But Chris Lynn at the moment, he's got the cap off at the moment. Surely he's not having a bowl. He is just taking it off his head. Giving himself a bit of air, but it is going to be Sanger. And also Alex Hales still at the crease here for their side. Australia playing a very defensive field at the moment, but they are trying to survive till the end of the day here, England, and the Kiwi Lads Sport there, and also the Kiwi Lads Gaming and the chat from Sebastian. So be sure to check out those links if you haven't already. As to our 2 other channels, we've got plenty of other channels. Only a few of them are active, but anyone who hasn't already, be sure to also leave a like on this live stream. It is hugely appreciated. All you guys being there for this live stream. Tom Cooper at the moment, he has been brought in, and that is going to be for, in the end, Abel, who is going to be going off. So Tom Cooper will be an option for them a little bit later on. But now Xavier Bartlett already going for 22 runs of his first 2 overs. Needs to try and pick up a wicket here. Now I had a fridge full of beers and soft drinks as well, says Amish Spencer there, and they may say, sure, give it to your subs as well, says Robert there. And the chat, so who knows, maybe I've got to send them a nice little email there, see what they say. And worst case scenario, they don't reply, such as, I was going to say, I tried to get little cufflinks for my suit. They had like the Kiwi Lad custom logo on it, and I sent an email and they just never replied. It wasn't a Fanta, or else I could understand if they didn't want to reply to that one, seeing as they make soft drink, not cufflinks. But it's going to be now at the moment. Xavier Bartlett sitting on 0 for 22 off 2.1 here for themselves. They will need to try and stop them from getting to about that 180. Did you guys just see me bite my tongue? Because it felt pretty obvious for that one, and it wasn't the nicest feeling either. Don't you hate when you bite your tongue or the side of your mouth? I feel like that sucks when that does happen. At the moment, Daniel Sams, he is having a bit of a chat on the sideline. Was able to pick himself up a few wickets. Alex Hales, that goes bang. And now Xavier Bartlett, he has picked up the wicket though. Duckett takes it in the deep, and Hales gone for 35 or 25. He's annoyed with himself there, Hales, that he didn't swing everything through that one. Xavier Bartlett picks up the big wicket of Alex Hales, and now the Thunder, they will be 2 wickets down for 81 runs as well. I'll be in New Zealand in the upcoming century as well, says Mahmoudi there. So perhaps you will be able to watch a little bit of cricket or something here. We've got a couple of very nice stadiums for a bit of cricket, that is for sure. But Xavier Bartlett fired up for that one. Gets the high fives from Jimmy Pearson behind the stumps as well. Now Alex Hales here is out. 35 runs of 26 deliveries. Caught by Duckett, bowled by Bartlett. And now they are 2 for 81 after 10.2 here for the Sydney Thunder. Anyone who is new, be sure to hit that like button. We are going to be back tomorrow with the Perth Scorchers versus the Hobart Hurricanes, as well as the Ashes. We are going to be covering the morning session, and by the looks of it, we will get to cover maybe 1 and a bit sessions, because England don't look like they're doing too bad, and also Sheldon Fanta as well. Says that Robert Miller there in the chat. Sam Billings now going to be at the crease. Another Englishman, a lot of English players, like I mentioned, in the KFC Big Bash. We got Alex Hales, Liam Livingston. Is he over there for the Perth Scorchers at the moment? I'm not too sure. Can't have a beer because I'm driving home tomorrow as well. Says Amy Spencer, although a Fanta sometimes, depending on the weather. You said it was 40 degrees earlier. Nice cold Fanta goes a long way, you know. It's decent. Have you guys had tropical Fanta? Do let me know. I actually had it for the first time a little while ago. It's quite nice. It's going to be the wide down the leg side there for Xavier Bartlett. Moving up onto 23 runs now of its over. Michael Nessa getting a bow, and of course he will be excited to get back into the KFC Big Bash in the later stages. That's the other thing. I mentioned it earlier on for Jai Richardson. How do these big players fit back into their squads when they do get the chance? Usman Khawaja, top of the order for the Sydney Thunder, hasn't had a chance at test match level as of yet. Probably will next match though, because Marcus Harris just hasn't quite been able to perform the way that he'd want to. I believe Marcus Harris is actually a Renegades boy as well. That one's going to be going up high, and it is going out into the deep for Singer, cutting that one off nicely. And it is going to be 3 runs between the wicket. Good running there for the Sydney Thunder. And I'm having Fanta no sugar. Oh, I haven't actually had the Fanta no sugar option. Is it any good, or is it like completely bad? Like overall, because I know some things without sugar, like they're not too bad, but then other things are like really bad. And it's like when you have like gluten-free Wheat Bix or something like that, that's just pretty much cardboard, unfortunately. Now this stage, the projected is sitting at 162 there for their projected score, and also he sure is a Renegades as well. And there says Robert, so perhaps he will get an opportunity for them in the near future, depending on how the test matches go. Xavier Bartlett, a little chip over the top from Sam Billings, and that is going to be the single there to get him off the mark, now sitting on 1 off 1 At the moment, these have been a couple good overs here for the Thunder, a couple economical ones that haven't gone for a huge amount. Bartlett, probably lucky that he didn't end up going all the way to the boundary with one of those early ones from Alex Hales, and also I had Tropical, but Madness is better as well. The one with Grapes as well, and less sweeter, as well as there's Hamish Spencer there. So I don't think I've ever had the grape Fanta either. I don't know. I didn't know Fanta no sugar exists. It'll have other additives in there though, as well. Says Ali Hills, but now Sanger sitting 15 runs off 15. Sam Billings also sitting one off one. So everyone going at a strike rate of 100. Xavier Bartlett, Stamina and Sanger with a loud call of no. I feel like with them losing that early wicket, these two at the crease, Sanger doesn't seem like he's hugely aggressive with the bat in hand. No sugar equals no fun as well. And there's Sebastian. At the moment, I think Billings has to really be the one who does propel this innings forward here for the Sydney Thunder, because if he does not, it's going to be a tough one for them. That is for sure. We have got there as no sugar, so I'm fine with it. As well, says Hamish Spencer there. And the jab at Xavier Bartlett once again. Going to be charging in, slower ball, and Sanger works it to the leg side. It looks like he wants the 2 runs here, and they are going to be able to get back for a Sam Billings comfortably running the 2. He did pace himself. He didn't even really sprint for that one. Sam Billings, that is going to be the end of the 11th over. 88 for 2 here for the Sydney Thunder. Now, that's a great way to put it, Seb, as well. And do you know what? That my local siren went off for a car accident as well. Says Ollie there, and also 4 need. And the chat from Roman there as well. So at the moment, they certainly need themselves a few boundaries. It looks like Sanger's bat's falling apart at the bottom edge of it as well. We have got there, but you're no fun, mate. Live a little, says Avashid there. And the chat at the moment, Nathan Lyon trying to pick up the breakthrough wicket in the Ashes Test match. They're up to 16 overs. We're going to catch them by the end of this one, surely. Actually, no, maybe we won't, because they will have 30 overs in their session. We will have a total of 40 overs in ours. But we are setting 11 into ours at the moment. I feel like there will be possibly, how many are we going to be able to catch up to them in? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Currently 16.1 for this one, and they are 11 overs through for the Sydney Thunder. How many overs in our game will we catch them before the end of our first innings? And also my friend Keelan says I as well. Welcome in at 160 plus. Says it Roman there. And the chat, and also we have got there, add your own sugar should work as well in there. And they did have a little while. It was like plant-based Coke, wasn't it? Coke Life, Coca-Cola Life, I think it was called, or something along those lines. How it was actually stevia or something along that. Any soft drink with no sugar doesn't taste right as well. Says that Paddy Wagon, that one has been hit down the ground for once again. Another single. Swepson, currently very good for his first 2 overs that he has been bowling. Currently sitting 11 runs off him, off the 2.1 overs, and also only going for the 1 wicket here as well for himself. So doing very nicely indeed. But now Mitchell Swepson, once again, he is going to be ready to go. Sanger on strike, 17 off 17 at the moment here. Projected, still has them at about that 160 mark. Be nicely bowled by Swepson, a little bit dragged down, but it didn't end up clipping the pad, so that will be considered as a dot ball there. And can you please subscribe to Keelan's YouTube channel named Junkyard Keelan as well? And there are more runs needed as well. And Coke Life was all right as well, and we'll catch them in the chat from Robert. And also Coke Life didn't give me a life as well, says Ali Hills there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what future flavors. What is your favorite kind of combo with Coke? I know that some people like the cherry Coke, I think it is, if I'm not wrong. Also, you can get raspberry and Coke. That seems to be popular one. More popular, probably rum and Coke, but that is not quite a flavor, we will say. What's the type that everyone does go to? Vanilla Coke as well as another one, isn't it? Billing, good run today as well. Yeah, he's looking very quick between the wickets. Just always nice trying to get yourself a few extra runs in the T20 format. Billings currently sitting 2 for 2. Yeah, same as well. Sees that Paddy Wagon. Reverse sweep there from Billings. Strikes it very nicely. And that's going to be 4 runs. Has timed that one very nicely. Sam Billings now moves them up onto 95 off the 11.3 overs as well. And Gabba Billing, and also Phantom Madness doesn't make you lose your as well. Says it was Sebastian. Also, you just said it as well. Says Robert there in the chat. And also, I like Coke No Sugar. Says Ollie Wilson there in the chat as well. But at the moment, it's going to be 6 runs for Billings off 3, but they did swap out a play here for the X Factor. So it is Tom Cooper who was being brought in, and that was for Tommy Abel, who was taken out as well. Doesn't Fanta just make you fantastic as well? Says Ali Hills, tell you what, send them that, and they might even go for that as a slogan. They're looking for the ball. It is still on the pitch, though. He wasn't able to connect with that one. The reverse sweep from Sam Billings. Tries it twice in a row, and good. 4 come as well. Says it was. was from a Roman. They are actually mentioning that there's a huge amount of injuries taking place in the Big Bash. That's a great shot from Sam Billings. It's going to be racing away. Gets another 4 runs. And at the moment, he is just making Stickety run all around the boundary out there. 3 reverse sweep attempts in a row. 2 of them haven't been able to get into the decent situation. I can get behind Vanilla Coke only on special occasions as well. And there is a Fanta joke as well in there. Says Betty Wagon. Also, we have got there winner the Black Cats playing next. I believe it is in early January up against Bangladesh in the Test series. And also, doesn't Coke make you have courage as well? And there says Robert there, I can assure you that I was not the first one to ever think of that as well. And also, Fanta should sponsor you. Says Kevin and Vanilla is all right, agreed. And there says Sebastian now it is sweeps in. Once again, bowling it a little bit too short, and it is whipped away to the leg side by Billings. That will close out the 12th over now. And the score is going to be 100 runs. That has brought up the 100 for the Thunder. They are 2 down at the moment. And it is going to be still the predicted of around that 167. So, but anyone who hasn't already, be sure to give you a prediction. How many runs are they going to be able to get? My favorite is Canadian Club as well. And they're from Aaron Spencer. And also, we have got there another 4 come as well. It says Roman there. And the chat as well. We see a few Santas dressed up in the crowd by the looks of it, which is great to see. Definitely this close to Christmas. We have got Big Bash live streams pretty much all throughout the rest of the week. On every single night, we are going to be covering a game of cricket. So the first one that is going to be coming up, that isn't this one, it is the Scorchers taking on the Hurricanes. That will be tomorrow night at 9:15 p.m. New Zealand time. Then the next one, it is going to be on Tuesday night, Sixers versus the Strikers. Wednesday night, Renegades versus Scorchers. Thursday night, Strikers versus Heat. Friday night, it is going to be the Hurricanes taking on the Stars. And then there are 2 games on Boxing Day. First of which, Thunder versus Sixers. And then the second of which, it will be the Scorchers taking on the Renegades as well. Here we go. We have a blown our nose. We are ready to go. It's been running a little bit today. Unfortunately, we have got I had some BK, a triple cheeseburger combo and a large Coke as well, says Ollie Wilson. And also, we have got all the free promo that will be given Fanta at the moment as well, says Ali Els, and I enjoy it, says that Roman there as well. But now it is going to be Basley once again on strike. Be receiving the ball. It is Billings. 11 runs off 6 deliveries so far. I enjoy it 4 need as well, says that Roman. Oh, it's hit the back leg there of Billings. And it's going to be just the leg by for the Sydney Thunder at the moment, sitting 101 runs for 2 after 12.1. Still another 8 overs left here. Now I want a cheeseburger as well, says Betty Wing, and I do as well. And the worst thing is, the nearest one to us is unfortunately quite far away. Sadly, a half an hour or so before I can get myself a cheeseburger if I was to go get one. But then we've got the rugby taking place at 2 a.m. So I don't think I'll get back in time. St. Patty as well, says Robert there in the chat. And now I'm getting a McDonald's ad on the cricket. That's a little bit rough. Seeing a McFlurry bounce the bowled. Nicely bowled there by Basley. Took all the pace off it. And that is going to be just the dot ball there for himself as well. 111.3 Ks. That's how quickly that one was going. But yeah, on Monday, I will mention as well, Hurricanes versus Strikers, Heat versus Stars. And then, tell you what, that's the thing. During the Boxing Day test, I believe we've got about 3 nights where we have back-to-back games of the BBL as well. My voice is going to be gone on all of those days, but we will be covering as much cricket as we possibly can while the vocal cords do still work. Probably won't be able to talk from the time I'm 25 onwards, but it would have been worth it because I would have been talking heaps and heaps and heaps in the next little while. I'm hungry now, and then I want to drink, but don't have Fanta as well, says Betty Wigan. Yeah, as well, but Basley now running in. My friend Harrison Furlong says hi as well, so welcome in, Harrison. That's a good Yorker bowled by Basley. It's a great shot down the ground, though, from Sanger, and that is going to be once again another 4 runs for Sanger. He moves up now, the second boundary of the day, 22 off 20 deliveries here. And he did end up just reading it very nicely. Basley pitching it up too much. And it was just hit down the ground, trying to get to that one. Tom Cooper not quite able to. It did race away for the 4 runs there as well. And at the moment, Basley, he's working hard in this situation. They're actually taking the power surge, I should mention as well. So because of that, there are only 2 men outside of the ring, which is why it looks like there's so much space at the moment here for Sanger. But it is now going to be, once again, Basley charging in. Going to be hitting the ball hard down the ground. Tom Cooper gets this one this time. Sides against Throna, and that is going to be just a single. Now, Billings on strike for the last 2 overs, or for the last 2 balls of this first power surge over for the Sydney Thunder. They've brought up the 100 relatively quickly here, and my caravan fridge is just full of Coke, no zero Solo No Sugar as well, Canadian Clubs, VBs as well, and Great Northerns, and No Sugar Kirks in every flavour as well. Says Hamish Spencer. Tell you what, your caravan sounds like a good place to be. What are you kind of sitting at for food-wise, Hamish Spencer? It sounds like you could go on a full-on trip there. Oh, that's a shot from Billings. He goes bang, and that's going to be 6 runs there, taken in the crowd as well. And everyone is fired up for him as well. He has been able to take the catch, and everyone is cheering for him as well. Oh, no, he didn't get the high fives for the guy behind. Someone got left hanging, and he's just finished his bear as well, as he was able to take a very good catch for himself. Power play, and that one 92 metres for Sam Billing, a full toss, and he just sent it, and the guy was able to take it as well, and you could get a sketch badge with what you say on it, so we know as well. Says Robert, I actually thought about that for one of the live streams. I think it was the other week when my voice was almost completely gone. 6-6, and out says Betty Wagon. It's going to be a big shot there for... It was there, and it has gone into touch. Or, sorry, not gone into touch. That's rugby talk. Billings gets another single. Another boundary, I should say, 6 need as well. And it there says it remain. That is going to be Sanger now, who will have strike for the next over. But Billings, 2 boundaries back-to-back. Basically going for a total with 36 off 3 overs. So that's only 18 balls. He's actually going at an economy of 12 so far for himself, which is not too easy for himself. That is patrol, but at the moment now it is going to be Jason Sanger on strike. Another over of the power play left. Now, all of it is in the fridge. But then I have my nuts and frozen meals in the fridge as well. See the Hamish Spencer there. Do you keep your nuts in the fridge? That sounds like a weird sentence to say, but I'm not saying it in like a inappropriate way, but like as in like what type of nuts do you have in the fridge, Hamish? Because I haven't even thought of refrigerating nuts. That's just one of those things that I haven't really done. Do you guys refrigerate your tomato sauce? I know some people do, some people don't. Do let me know, where do you keep your sauce, ladies and gentlemen? Do let me know, is it in the fridge or is it in the cupboard? Or is it on the bench? Maybe you just leave it out on the bench there. At the moment, the full-time result there for the Sydney FC game versus Wellington Phoenix. They did end up. Big shot there from Singer. It's down the ground. I will mention that one in a moment, but it is going to be now in the situation of another 6. 1 hand, 1 bounce there by the looks of it for the man in the crowd at the moment. The last 5 balls, 4, 1, 6, 4, 6. And 187 for 2 there. As well says Betty Wagon. It's 88 metres for Singer down the ground. But yeah, the Wellington Phoenix losing the game up against it was Sydney FC 2-1 in the end, and bucket as well. Says Sam there in the chat, and also fridge yours. As well says Robert and Yo, I'm a freak, and I keep my sauces in the fridge. As well says Hamish Spencer, slow ball there, Singer. And that's straight to the man at cover. They take on the quick one. He was able to get through for that one nicely. At the moment, Rory Burns and also Dubman Lance still at the crease for England. If they get through the rest of this session without losing a wicket, they have done extremely well. They need 421 more runs to win. So I don't think that is going to be a possibility for them, but they are betting out for the draw now. See whether or not they can get there. I'm trying to think, yeah, they'd have to go at about 4 runs per over to be able to get that from here on out. So that would be very tough. So they will be going for the draw and trying to head into the MCG with a bit more momentum, but it is going to be Mark Stickety now running in for the second over of the power play. It's a ramp shot there from Billings, just gets enough on it. And it is going to be Majib trying to chase it down, done nicely. A little bit of a relay there with Chris Lynn. Good hustle in the chase. And it does save just the, it actually saves 2 runs in the end. Okay, so brought sauces are in the fridge as well, but homemade are in the cupboard as well. It says Ellie Hills there. And also 4 needs, says Roman there. And it was almost the 4 for him as well. But Singer, they're just showing that replay of a 6 down the ground, just held the heat completely still, smacked that ball hard, and I went all the way for 6. We've already had a total of 5 6s so far in this innings for the Sydney Thunder. I have to drive 19 hours tomorrow. That's going to be in the air from Billings, but he does lob the outfield. And once again, it is going to be cut off by Ben Duckett. It's looking like a very pristine kind of outfield for them as well. It's slipping around nicely. We saw for the Ashes so far that it seems to be that a few of the times they do actually dig their knee in and they actually tumble forward as well. So sorry, Hamish, my internet is all over the shop as well. Says Imagine, no worries, mate. It is all good there. Hopefully it does sort itself out. For your sake as well, from near Kens as well. Says Robert there on the day. Also, we have got there, hence why I have so much as well. Says Hamish Spencer. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. Oh, good shot there from Billings. Goes straight out to the man, though. Bounces to him. That's going to be fielded nicely in the deep from Basley once again now. At the moment, they seem like they are just going to keep on persisting to try and work towards that 180. They are sitting on 128 at the moment. 1 more ball left of the power surge. And then after that, they are going to be back to having the 5 men outside of the ring. And I believe they will take that on for the Sydney Thunder. I'm sorry, for the Brisbane Heat, because Seems like they're hitting the ball pretty hard. We've actually almost had more sixes than fours today so far. In fact, we've had 10 fours, 5 sixes. We've had half as many sixes as fours. Sanger tries to go over the top. It's a good shot as well. And that is going to be another 4 runs to close out the power surge. A very expensive one. How many runs was that? We'll go 1 run, 5 runs, 6, 12, 16, 22. Oh, they'd moved it. There was at least 30 off that one for the power surge, that is for sure. And they certainly were striking the ball extremely nicely. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow with more of the KFC Big Bash and also with the Ashes. So be sure, if you are new, to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being here for these live streams. At the moment, the Ashes, they are just persisting, trying to get that wicket of Rory Burns or David Milan, both still sitting at the crease. 20.1 overs down for England, and they are sitting 1 for 47, losing their extremely early wicket of Hamid. He is the only one to fall as of yet, though. Both of these men are almost facing 50 deliveries. They're just got to eat up those balls, that is for sure. At the moment, 44 runs. 32 they were able to get off the power surge. They have just said there as well. But now Majip currently going for an economy of 7.5. He's still very young, the Afghan spinner, and it will be interesting to see whether or not he can break up this partnership of Billings and Sanger, who at the moment have got 60 runs between them off only 36 balls as well. But now it is going to be Majip running in for this one. Once again, the projected has them at 189. Advancing down the wickets, Billings goes bang, and that is absolutely huge from Billings. It's going to be taking the catch as well there. Tell you what, it's hurt her hands, but she has somehow been able to catch that ball. And tell you what, that's the second catch so far today. She's almost broken her hand there by the looks of it, but she was able to take it as well. We've got there, hello, sends up Brandon as well. Welcome, and that's going to be a huge 6 down the ground, 84 meters. Does it smack her in the head? No, it doesn't. What happens here? Smacks her hands, and then she is able to take the catch. She took it so casually as well. Going to be the yes, no, and he is able to get back there, Billings, as well. I'm leaving my farm at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, so I might head off soon as well. Says Aaron Spencer, but yeah, safe travels for yourself, mate. Yeah, guy was trying to line it up. He did end up missing it. It bounces on the top of her hand, and then she is able to take it. It's a good shot down the ground from Billings. Strikes it well. And it is just going to be the single once again. Also, COVID-19, new one. New case of Northland is the new one as well. Says Brandon there. And also, we have got there on the chat. What food do you dislike the most, Hamish? Says Kevin, all. What food do I hate? I feel like this is going to be one that might split opinions depending on what I say. What food do I hate? I don't know whether or not I hate certain foods. It's more I just don't like them as much as some others. This is a little bit of a weird one. I don't like tomatoes, but I like tomato sauce. And I feel like that's just because of all the sugar that they add to the sauce. But Bartlett there, cutting that one off in the deep for 2. But it was a massive shot from Sam Billings to start off this over. And hey, David, I'm good. How about you as well? How are you, buddy? And also, safe drive tomorrow, Amos Fincher. Have a good one. Almost a wicket for Nathan Lyon there, but they are still yet to get the wicket of Rory Burns. Nice Adelaide Oval in the background. Shouldn't it be at the Gabba as well, says Robert. I decided, that was almost going to be the run-out opportunity for them, and also a catching opportunity. I decided to leave it as the Adelaide Oval since we were going to be talking about the test match as well. And it would have been a little bit too long to travel to the Gabba for myself just after the test match. We'll go with that for now. And also, question for you, lads. What is your favourite pizza in Pizza Hut? I would say the barbecue bacon chicken deluxe, I think is what it's called. We used to make our own with chicken, ham, bacon, beef, and barbecue swill. That used to be the way to go. Now it is going to be Cooper going down field, and that is going to be just the end of the over. 143 for 15 overs down and 2 wickets lost there for them. What happened in Australia game, says Brandon, at the moment. They are sitting 48 for 1 here, England, off 21 overs, so they are still sticking out. Burns moves up to 28. Milan sitting on 20 off 51, and they are still trying to get that breakthrough wicket. They're almost into that real dangerous position, though, of that final hour. That's going to be Plum, and that's going to be the wicket of David Milan there, unless he reviews it. Is it going to be the wicket for Michael Nessa? Do they go upstairs? I feel like they might as well here. Worth the crack, is it? I think it was pretty Plum. Rory Burns, I think, said that it was Plum as well, but they are going upstairs. What about the pineapple as well? Says that David, I've never actually had pineapple on pizza. Fun fact, in the test match as well. Says that it was Robert there in the chat as well. But now it is going to be Billings. Will be on strike at the moment to sweeps, and this could be the wicket of David Milan, though, in the Ashes. Sweeps and bowls are nicely advancing down the track, and it is once again going to be just a single. Or do they get the 2 here? They do just get the single. And also, what is your hates pizza in Pizza Hut as well? Says Brandon, I don't know whether or not I hate a pizza. It's just more, I probably wouldn't order a pizza. What's a pizza that would be one that I wouldn't get? I don't know. It's a tough one as well. For that one, Fire Snuff said, hey, bro, how are you? I'm doing very well. Thank you, mate. Hope you are well as well. We are just checking whether or not it is going to be the wicket of David Milan there. It's going to be Pearce in the field here in the Brisbane Heat game. Not able to cut it off, and that is going to be an extra 2 runs here for Sanger as well, moving up onto 39 not out off 27 deliveries. Billings sitting on 35 off 17, and it is going to be out. David Milan, he is going to be gone there as well. I thought you were talking about this game for LBW as well as Paddy Wagon, and also we have got the Heat done well in the field. So yeah, David Milan, he is on his way. This game so far, though, Sanger and also Billings are still going to be their vegetarian pizza. That's Blasphemy as well. Oh, it's bowled him round his legs. What a delivery from Swepson, and we're seeing wicket and both of them. And Swepson is a very happy man with that one. Sanger stepped across his crease, and you called it as well, there, Robert, there. And the jab at David Milan out, LBW in the Ashes. And now it is going to be Jason Sanger, outside leg stump, just spins right round and cleans him up round his legs, and he will not be too happy with that one. There's the double there. Says Moorcock is indeed 15.3 overs down at the moment here. And Jason Sanger on his way. 39 of 28 deliveries. We always get that double kill, says Paddy Wagon, and also the out there from Sebastian. And that emoji does still look very nice. I will say it was Sebastian who did design that one. So anyone who hasn't already, be sure to use that emoji if you have got access wicket as well, says Moorcock there. Michael Nessie picked up the wicket in the test match and also 180 plus as well, says Roman. And the chat has gone for the 180 plus. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, your exact score predictions. We will take score predictions for the next 3 balls. So if you do want to give an updated one, do let us know. And the chat, and also we have got that Christmas is fast approaching. It is indeed. Unfortunately, it's getting here a lot quicker than I expected. The year has flown by and out. And they're from Paddy Wagon and Robert there, and 6 days away. And also the out. And Merry Christmas, says Moorcake. Merry Christmas to you too, mate. We are going to be live on Christmas Day here in New Zealand for about 20 minutes or so, when that cricket does transfer just a little bit after the kind of Christmas Eve stage for the late night game on that December 24th. But now Daniel Sam's on strike, can hit a very long ball, and they have actually promoted him up the order ahead of the likes of an Alex Ross or someone along those lines. And I believe that is so that he can absolutely smack this ball out there. And the chat from David Petty, and also we have got from Robert. And also there a little bit earlier on, we had Sebastian as well. Where is my boss, Robert? He said 160, maybe. Really, he is genius as well, says Cricket Lovers there. And the chat, that one's going to be lofted there for Daniel Sam. Sit down the ground, and that is just going to be the single. And also, what is your favorite Olympics game? I want to, what you like, and one that you don't like as well, says Brandon. Oh, okay, Olympic games. I love London 2012. I feel like that was the first real good Olympic game. Then I would say, Summer Olympics isn't too bad. You guys would have seen that one. Have you seen that one? No, we haven't actually released that video yet, which is an Olympic game on Xbox, which is a lot of fun because of what we make of it kind of thing. Tokyo 2020, it's not too bad either, but there's also those kind of unrealistic factors that make it a little bit strange at times for kind of getting the hang of it as well, with it being quite cartoony. Yeah, London 2012, definitely right up there in terms of, I wish they would make another one, but I don't think they are going to because they went bankrupt. But that is going to be the end of the 16th over now. And it will be 148 for 3 here for the Sydney Thunder. Daniel Sam's at the crease alongside. It will be Sam Billings. And I found my dad's Game Boy as well, says Moorcake. Does it still work? Because that's the thing. It's weird, the fact that like old consoles and stuff still work a majority of the time, whereas the new ones last about a year or two and then they just completely stop working as well. And the 2021 is Delta and Omicron as well. I imagine 2022 as well, says Fire Snipes there. And also I'll check me back as well, says Moorcake. I remember we used to have those ones. You got them from McDonald's when you would end up in that situation of, it was kind of like, you know, those miniature like bowling machines and those miniature tennis games you get from McDonald's. How you sit there and go tap, 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 hit the ball, tap, 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 hit the ball. And those ones, do you remember those, ladies and gentlemen, or am I just slightly old? Although I think I'm one of the younger ones here. Maybe Q Lads also rocks. He also said 160, love you, bro, as well, Hamish. And the chat says, Cricket Lovers, that's a big shot from Billings. That's more than 160 on the cards now, because that is huge from Billings. The ball has been put down. And also, question for you, Q Lads, in 10 minutes far away. And the 10, mate, and also 4 needed, says Roman. How about a 6? Because he has just gone absolutely bang there for Sam Billings. Nicely played by that man, and that one has carried all the way to the boundary. 87 metres. He's striking them decent at the moment. Sam Billings in the good old days, as I remember them, Hamish. And that chat says Ellie Hills. That was a brilliant shot from Sam Billings. There's still a little bit of wind at the moment at the Adelaide Oval. By the looks of the sunset is just about going to be into the darkness, and then from there the wickets might start falling there for England. They did just lose their wicket off Gabba Milan. Wide ball from Xavier Bartlett, and it is called as a wide as well. Update in the Australian game, says Brandon. So they are sitting currently 29 runs off 2 wickets falling, and that is after 21.5 overs, I believe it is, at the moment here for them. Yeah, 21.5. So that's the end of the 22nd now. Although this run rate, or this stage run rate, less than as well, says Roman. Yeah, at the moment, sitting 155 off. The projected is 192 for them if they do get it at 9.59 and continue. That's going to be hit to the leg side by Billings. A full toss from Bartlett, just getting the length a little bit wrong there. He was able to pick up the wicket earlier. And Alex Hales, or sorry, it was actually, it was Alex Hales, caught by Ben Duckett in the deep. And also we have got the Hamish in the chat. Says that Warriors fan, welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well and hope you are excited for more of the KFC Big Bash that we have got coming tomorrow with the matchup that is taking place between the Perth Scorchers and the Hobart Hurricanes. 4 needed as well, says Roman there. And the chat, I assume the match for the Ashes won't be over today, but there could be a chance that it is finished tomorrow morning, Pat. So that's going to be out down the ground from Daniel Sam's taken there. Good catch. Almost was able to catch us out on the way down there. Stickety trying to catch the second net that he did have. And Daniel Sam's now, he is out. He's got a smile on his face. Know that he messed up a little bit there, and that is going to be now another wicket falling for the Sydney Thunder. At the moment, they've got a 74% chance of it being able to win this match, but they are 4 down for 156, and Bartlett picks up another one, Kiwi Brandon as well. And that chat says Brandon there. Mark Stickety able to take the catch, and the fact that he was almost trying to catch his head as well at the same time does mean that he was well and truly aware that he was going to be able to take that one. Rory Burns having a bit of a flirt with one down leg side there in the test match. Daniel Sam's out 1 run off 3 deliveries, and now they will send out the sweepologist, Alex Ross. No, they won't. Alex Ross isn't batting at the moment. It is going to be Ben Cutting. Instead, who will get the opportunity. So I'm not sure what's happened to Alex Ross, whether or not there is an injury or anything along those lines, but they haven't used him as of yet. And normally it does bat a little bit higher up the order than this. At the moment now, Ben Cutting, he can hit a long ball as well. They need boundaries if they do want to push towards that 200. It might be a little bit tough, but 180 is definitely on the cards here for the Sydney Thunder. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I believe my prediction at the start, I did say that they would be 4 down. I am just going to quickly check it. I said 176 for 4 as my original prediction. That's a wide from Xavier Bartlett. Novmum had 189 for 5 there as well. And then we've also got Paddy Wagon had 187 for 2 alongside Romain, who did have 180 plus there as well. It will be interesting to see how many they do end up with in this situation. But also, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Darts question, what is a good darts app? Everyone asks, games everyone can ask as well. Says Brandon, it depends. Do you have a real life dartboard, Brandon? Going to be hit down the ground for Billings as well. And it is going to be the 4 runs once again, powering through his innings at the moment, moving himself now up to 47 off 21 as well. 190, says Brandon there. And the Janet 168 for 7 for more cake there as well. And also we'll stream the upcoming New Zealand test match as well. Says Xavier Brown, I am hoping to. As long as it doesn't overlap with any of the other games, or if it does overlap, hopefully I'll be able to do certain sessions of each of them type thing. 190 for 8 there. But Brandon's prediction as well, going to be wide from Xavier Bartlett. That was almost off the pitch. Tell you what, if it was, it would have been a no ball and a free hit. But Xavier Bartlett seems to be struggling at the moment in these conditions. Just not quite able to know. He's got 2 balls left. He may end up bringing up his 50, and so will Sam Billings if this one is a big shot. Xavier Bartlett at the moment. He's normally, that's the thing, he's quite expensive, but he also picks up wickets. So it's one of those like happy mediums will be what he is trying to go for. Get some wickets, but also go for only some runs as well. Another big full toss and Billings move up onto 48 now for himself. But anyone who is new, like I mentioned, be sure to leave a like in as well. And also we've got there to a poll. Sets up Brandon there. But pretty much if you have got a dartboard, Brandon, me and Dad actually have one. I think it's called Dartbot. And you can actually play against like a completely generated AI type thing. So you'd be like, you put in your score that you throw in your dartboard, and then it will be like the computer got 50 or something like that. And you can change the difficulty based on that so that you feel like you're playing up against someone. If that makes sense. At the moment, 163 for 4 here after 16 0.5. It's another big full toss from Xavier Bartlett. Hard down the ground from Carding, but that is going to be the end of the over. Just running the single one. Bartlett goes for 45 off his 4, getting the 2 wickets though as well, and it is nicely done. Also, we've got the LDA with the George and the Hamish. Hope, or how you do, hope you're well as well, says Katie Dixon. Welcome in. It is great to see you. What time is it at the moment in the high desert, Katie? Do let me know. It must be relatively early. We have got Leicester taking on that. They will be playing Connacht a little bit later on tonight at 2 a.m. New Zealand time in 3 hours time, which I think will still be a random hour for you if I'm not wrong, but morning, I guess I should say as well. Hope you are doing well. I hope you are excited for all of the rugby that we have got coming up into the near future. Super Rugby, Six Nations as well, coming very soon, and they are just showing there Majip with the different type of release that he has got. He's got plenty of options as well. Hello there, how are you? As well there from Paddy Wagon. And the chat to Katie Majip. At this stage, 30 wickets he has been able to get for himself. His economy in his BBL career is 6.15. Been a little bit more expensive than that today, but might be able to pick himself up a wicket soon. It is going to be on the leg side, and it's going to be nicely whipped away by Ben Cutting there. Thrown in nicely by, it was actually Max Bryant. Sorry, the 2 men at the top of the order that are certainly going to have to fire for the Brisbane Heat. Max Bryant, Chris Linsanity. If it is unleashed in this game, they are going to be able to get themselves a win as well. It's 3 a.m. 3 a.m. in the high desert as well, says Katie Dixon. See, I thought that it was like 7 or something like that. It was like a decent hour of the day rather than 3 a.m. That is rough for you as well. And I was like, morning, let's hope you're well, says Sebastian there. Hello, Katie Dixon. How are you today? We have not seen much as well. And also, hello there, how are you as well, says that Betty Wagon there. But that one ended up hitting Billings in the throat almost for that one, unfortunately for him. Jeep a little bit quicker with that delivery as well. And also, howdy, man. Good to see you as well in the chat. That's going to be not quite played well by Ben Cutting, and it is just going to be sitting just out in front of him at the moment. 17.3 overs down, and they are sitting here on a total of 166. And also we have got there, hey brother, hope you're well. Congrats on the mod job as well, says that Katie Dixon there. Also my sleep schedule is busted times about 1 million as well from Katie Dixon. Yeah, it is relatively, is this on TV as well, says Warriors fan? It is, depending on the country you're in. I believe they might have it on 7+ there in Australia, but I could be wrong there for that one. But yeah, what hours are you sleeping at the moment, Katie? And also thank you, says Betty Wagon, and also at Katie Dixon, says that Brandon there as well. Currently projected, they are sitting at 188 if they can get that one. That's a nice bit of fielding there on the ring from Tom Cooper. So it will once again just be the single. Good over from Majip here, only going for a few, and it seems like they are just going to continue to try and cut down this economy. They're sitting on 167 at the moment off only the 18 overs on themselves. Nessa at the moment bowling very well for Australia in the Ashes. They do have England 2 down at the moment after 24 overs. It's a big full toss. Billings gets the win, and that is going to be another 6 for Sam Billings. That brings up the 50. Extremely well better for him. 54 runs off 24 deliveries, 4 4s, 4 6s. That's a good innings from Sam Billings, that is for sure. We have got there 190 for 9 here. Says the Brandon there. Also, we have got there dart ball. I got one as well. And darts ball, sorry, from Brandon. But that is a brilliant knock from Sam Billings, really stepping up in this moment for the Sydney Thunder. And now they've got 173. Was that how many I predicted? I know I had 176. Well, that certainly isn't happening. They are getting more than the 3 runs in their next 2 overs. And also, yeah, been decorating the house for Christmas and cleaning and putting together new furniture and all kinds of stuff as well. Says it, Katie Dixon. She's like, yeah, you will be definitely in the festive spirit at this stage of the year. We have got only another 6 days till Christmas. It has flown by at the moment. That is a big shot from Billings, though, to be able to bring up your half century with this massive 6. Are those bats? There are bats flying around in the air at the moment there at the ground. I believe those are bats. Are they bats? At the Ashes, they might be bats at the moment. Not too keen on bats. Not too sure when they're going to change into Sebastian. Well, actually, to be fair, if Sebastian all of a sudden appeared, I'd probably be like, hey, Sebastian, how you going? How'd you do that? Try and get him to teach me the ways of being a vampire, but it is going to be now just a dot ball, nicely bowled in the end by Basley. Can't see them getting 9 wickets, only got 2 more overs as well there, says Nov Mum. Yeah, so it is going to be probably, I would say maximum 6 down, maybe 7 if they absolutely just go for it here and get it slightly wrong, I guess. But other than that, should still be relatively tight here for the Brisbane Heat and also for the Sydney Thunder. Turns out not losing too many of those wickets. Basley now going for it. Hello, Katie Dixon. I've been busy with my YouTube channel as well. There's Brandon there. It's a good Yorker. And they are going to be running just the dot ball there. Or sorry, just a single, I should say. There is a little fly that thinks that the grass on the screen is where he can fly to, and he keeps on it in the monitor, and he hasn't worked out that it's not actually a real, well, it is a real place, but it's just not actually here, unfortunately for him, when he does keep on trying to go through. What channel is this on as well? This is Warriors Fan. I believe it's on, have you got like actual subscription TV, Warriors? Because I believe it would be on Fox, if that is a thing. If you have got Fox, that will be on there for yourself. And also we have got the, hey brother, I hope you're well too. As I says, Katie Dixon, it is going to be now Basley. 2 dot balls in a row. Or sorry, that's not going to be a top ball though. Billings once again goes bang. And can you show you everything like 190.9 as well? See the brand there. That is an absolutely massive hit there for Sam Billings. That is 5 sixes now in this innings. Just keeps on going and going and going and going for himself. That one's gone 89 meters. His lowest 6 that he has got is about 80 meters so far in terms of distance. Basley just watches that one sail over, and he is an angry man at the moment. Basley, 9.73 at the moment here for the projected. If they keep on going the way that they are, they're getting 195. So full toss, hit down the ground there from Billings, strikes it sweetly. Another 4 runs for Billings. He moves up onto 64 of 26 as well. And also Australia update game. As well, says Brandon, they are sitting 25 overs and 56 for 2 here for them. And Nathan Lyon is just joining or just bowling back-to-back overs at this stage of the game. But Basley there, hitting that one straight back past the bowler. Just striking it well. Sorry, it was actually Billings hitting it past Basley, I should say. I'm in Australia. I found the Fox on Foxtel on Fox Sports 503. So I assume it will be lurking somewhere there if it is on Fox. Because I'm not too sure. Maybe KO as well if you have got a KO subscription. And 201 for 5 here. As well, says Nov Moment also. Well, this will be a decent total. Still can be chased down as well. Exactly right. That's going to be the wide from Basley. And you could hear just a few profanities coming out of the mouth of Basley there. Not too happy with that one. Currently sitting 8 balls left for them. They might be able to get themselves up to that 215. They have got a total of that they do need to get. And Billings at the moment, if he gets more of the strike, he might even hit himself all the way to about the mid-80s. Depending on how it goes. Good to see you too, brother. Missed all of my lads. I can't sleep, but I saw the notification for cricket. I was like, oh. So hopefully I did pronounce that not too badly. And in that regard, it was a wide once again for Basley. Just a little bit too high for him as well. And also the 9. As can you show this message? This message to everyone, 219 there. And the chat says, Brandon, I will be showing a few of the predictions that we have had after they do end up finishing their innings there as well. But now it is going to be very interesting to see whether or not they do get to that 200. 186 at the moment. They are saying, thank you, Katie. I'm doing well. I'm going. It's good to have you back as well, says Sebastian there with the 10 out of 10. It's a good Yorker there. That's going to be out. And Basley gets the wicket there of Sam Billings. His night is going to be over, and he moves up now. 5 wickets down, 186 with the 7 deliveries left as well. Basley, he's had to work hard. Finally got that breakthrough, similar to the figures at the moment of Xavier Bartlett. Both men going for an economy of over 10. Basley so far going for 12.52 and Bartlett going for 11.25 at the moment as well. But it was the LBW, and it was given out for Basley as well. At the moment, Joe Root is waving to the guys off the field. I believe he wants himself either a drink or a new bat. I think it's a new bat as well. He does have about 16 of them, Joe Root, in the Ashes, to be able to just keep on using them as well. Sam Billings out, 64 runs of 27 as well. Just having a bit of a chat with Nathan McAndrew, possibly about what the surface is doing. Thank you, brother, as well. Great to be here on dumb o'clock in the morning, my time as well. There's Katie Dixon, and we will miss you. We missed you. I was not happy as well, says Brandon there in the chat. And also, it's good to have you back with the 10 out of 10. Says it was from Sebastian there. And now at the moment, Alex Ross, the sweep bowler, just now making his way to the crease. He's only been given a total of 7 balls to be able to do something here, but they can still bring up that 200. If they get 12 and over from here on out, they will be able to bring it up. Alex Ross ready to go. The sweep bowler, just like I mentioned, very talented player with the ball in hand, just always is able to hit the ball extremely hard. They won't go spin for the last over, I wouldn't think. Definitely not if you have got him there. Actually, Mitch Swepson might actually be the option, to be fair. Oh, nice little edge there for Alex Ross, and that is going to be going through to end the over for the 4 as well. I miss you too, buddy, as well in the chat. Miss you too, brother. And in the chat with a 10 out of 10 as well from KD Dixon, but that is going to be 190 for 5 now at the moment for the Thunder after 19 overs. 10 runs off this over will bring up the 200 for them into this situation. It's going to be a hard total to chase down, but they will be able to possibly get close with Chris Lynn and also with the Max Bryant at the top of the order, Jimmy Pearson as well. They're just showing that LBW. It's actually going to be a hard done by there. Was missing the stumps for Sam Billings. He was given as the LBW as well. Look at all these shiny new emojis as well. Says Katie Dixon, and how are you today as well? Says a Brandon asking David. Yeah, we've got the out emoji. We've got the 6 emoji, both created by Sebastian as well. He has been working extremely hard. As you've probably seen from the Discord, he ends up just putting up the post for every single match that we are covering. And it is hugely appreciated as well. Is that the wicket for Cameron Green? It is going to be Rory Burns now out. And he is saying, no, I didn't hit that one. Didn't hit it. It's the call. So this might be going upstairs. See whether or not Rory Burns is going to be on his way. Stickity there. Bowling the final over. That's going to be up in the air from Ben Cutting. It's not going to be taken. Goes through the hands of Xavier Bartlett. And because of it, it is going to be 4 runs for it as well. Should have been able to take it, Bartlett. He takes some very tough catches as well for Bartlett, but that one just didn't stick to the hands. Okay, Rory Burns is not going to be out. It hit the back pad, or it hit the back leg, I should say. So he is going to be still at the crease after this one, but he did just overrun it a little bit, Xavier Bartlett. I think he panicked when that one went up in the air. At the moment now, does mean that he is disappointed with himself, and also 190, says Brandon there. And the chat as well, we have got there 5 for 195 at the moment for this matchup. 19.1 overs down, and that's going to be a good strike down the ground from Ben Cutting. That one is cleaned up by Xavier Bartlett, an aggressive throw in, and the crowd will cheer for him as well. He's not the kind of guy who would be too happy with the crowd cheering for him in that situation. A Suburb brother with a 10 out of 10 for Katie Dixon and the vampire emojis there as well. Now I'm regretting everything. Why did I do what I did as well, says Aiden? I try and tell you, mate. But who knows? Maybe it will be a massive chase down as well, but it is going to be not out. Another cricket between the Ashes, 2 sides in Australia. And subscribe to the Kiwi Lad Sport and me, as says Brandon there. And the chat for Katie Dixon. At the moment, 195 for 5. Stickity getting the final over. Probably a little bit rough on Swepson. Got the 2 wickets, only going for 6.75 per over, but they certainly love to use pace at the end. It's going to be the ramp shot. What a take that is from Jimmy Pearson. Reaction and a half there. And he has just picked up a brilliant catch. And I believe even Alex Ross was saying congratulations to him there for that take. And he was getting the praise from him there. 240 for 9 there, says up Brandon. But that was just absolutely incredible reflexes from Jimmy Pearson. Ended up just one-handed diving take. Beautiful take from him as well. And I'll tell you how much this time, brother, says Katie Dixon, is probably best left unsaid. Before he did that one, that's impossible. Says up more cake there as well. Yeah, Jimmy Pearson, phenomenal catch from him. And also we've got that low there from Novmum there in the chat. And it is Alex Ross now sitting on 4 off the 2 deliveries. And it is going to now be up to Nathan McAndrew to get an opportunity at the crease lane in this one, which I think is why he was talking to Sam Billings when he did lose his wicket, just trying to find out what the surface is doing. 205 here, as well, says Morecake. And there, and also we have got there, I need 1-6, says it Nassam. Did you say that they would get a certain number of 6s for this one, Nassam, at the moment? They're doing very decently. The total of 6s that they have got, they have been able to get themselves 9 6s. I think that's almost the most we have seen in one innings, 221 as well. There, it says Brandon there, and at the chat as well. And now at the moment we are going to have some more hydration. Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, hydration. Oh, yeah, Katie, I now drink water on the live streams because I lost my voice. I think you were here for the last one, maybe. If I'm not wrong. No, maybe not. That might have been the first time you've ever seen me drink a beverage. There's going to now be Ben Cutting, who will be out there. It is going to be 19.4 overs down, sitting on 196 for 4 here. Or sorry, for 6 wickets down. It is live number 14 of these matches out of 61 live from the Gabba as well. For this matchup. Should be an exciting one, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. This is just a few days as well. Says up Brandon there in the chat as well. And now it is going to be Mark Sticker's second last delivery for himself in the innings. It's a short ball and it's worked out pretty well. Now it's going to be Nathan McAndrew gets back. It is a dot ball there for that one. And now it will be one last delivery. Cutting if he hits this one for a 4. Is that Hamish taking a sip of water on the stream as well? Okay, so you haven't quite seen the last ones. Where it did happen. Yeah, I lost my voice pretty much completely about the week ago, and I decided to start drinking water. It's weird. Feels weird. I consume so many beverages a day now, though, for the water side of it, because I just keep on drinking them. Because pretty much I do Like per live stream, that's going to be straight up in the air for Ben Cutting, and that is going to be the final wicket of the innings falling. They get 196 here for the Thunder, and they have got a 76% chance of it being able to win this game. 77, in fact, indeed. You're not imagining as well. Kiwi Lads, what is your favorite drink? And YouTube channel, not your Kiwi Lads as well, says Brandon. I would say favorite drink. Oh, favorite drink, I'll go Fanta. Fanta's nice, I would say. And then favorite channel other than myself. Oh, what channels do I watch on YouTube? I quite like watching the Sidemen. They're pretty decent, I find, overall. That is going to be the end of the innings. 196 for 7 here and 190 all out there. And I did say 7 wickets, says Morcake, so we will be going here. And we will go like this as well. We will see all of the predictions that we have got. Tell you what, Novmum, very close in that regard, only sitting 7 runs off it. I was a mile off for that one as well. And I bet they reach 180. That was from Kevin, who was able to predict it. Paddy Wagon getting closer and closer with the 187, 180 plus for Romain. At the right amount of wickets there for Morcake. 201 for 5. Not too far off for Novmum's later one. And also 190 for 8 for Brandon there in the chat. So he was very close in that regard as well. But I hope you guys did all enjoy that first innings. Do we think that they are going to be able to chase it down? Yeah, that last rugby game, your voice box sounded like it was collapsing as well, says Katie Dixon. Yes, I've been drinking a lot more water during the live streams, and it seems like it is starting to work a little bit better. And we had Hamish eat chips on the stream too. You did indeed for the last time, I think, because I realized how hard it is to do commentary and try and eat chips at the same time. It just wasn't working. So I pretty much put my chips down and just cooked some more after the live stream, or reheated those ones. No, actually, I cooked some more, didn't I? Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got that. No, I can't believe I missed that as well with Katie Dixon there with the fries. And also, you like watching me write questions as well, says Brandon there. And also, as Jilks the keeper, he is indeed for this one. But yeah, do enjoy the question time on the cricket live streams. I was just checking the ground. Not checking the ground, checking the green screen. I guess it is the ground. I mean, the Adelaide Oval one at the moment. It seems like it is going to be 2 down at the moment for England. They are trying to work their way towards it. I challenged my dad to Galaga on the Game Boy as well. Oh, Galaga. I haven't heard of that one. Or is that Galactica? No, probably not. Also, we have got their Game Boy Works as well. Says Morcake down. Hey, what's up, Katie? Hope you're doing well. Are you drinking bourbon tonight? And Hamish, let's hope Lincoln make me 100 as well. Says Aiden there. And also, we have got there. He had George in for the Ashes, Katie, as well. And 10-10 hydration. Says Katie Dixon there. Yeah, we did have George for George Learns Cricket, a first-time segment that we did have. And we are going to be hopefully bringing it back for the next test match as well. But I will actually be doing like a highlights video of that George Learns Cricket live stream, so you guys can enjoy just these shortened moments, including the fact that George, he decided to wear a green shirt for a partly green shirt for a green screen. And how about Kiwi Lads Shorts as well? That is also a very nice channel. Kiwi Lads Gaming, Kiwi Lads Shorts, Kiwi Lads Reacts, Kiwi Lads Sport. We've got too many Kiwi Lads channels. And also, I think we've got the Kiwi Lads Clips as well, if I'm not wrong there as well. We have got their Galaga as well on the chat. Said that it was Morcake. Hopefully I do pronounce that correctly. But Joe Burns, that's not the name. Rory Burns currently sitting 30 runs off 82 deliveries. Joe Root sitting on 7 runs off 22 at the moment. So it seems like they are really just persisting and not trying to lose any more wickets tonight here for England. They have got another 40 minutes to play, but I believe they will play the extra half an hour as well. At the moment, we have got a whole heap of Christmas movies, well and truly in effect, coming up very soon. What is your favorite? Oh, that's a good question, actually. Favorite Christmas movie, ladies and gentlemen. What one would you go with? Do want to see your choices, and then I will also possibly give you mine. By Kiwi Lads Shorts, you mean your boxer pants collection as well, says Sebastian. The thing is, I'm wearing shorts at the moment, right? And it doesn't feel right because normally, because it's quite cold, I just have pants on. But these are like really short shorts. Well, not like really short, but when I sit down, they're quite short. So I'm glad that you guys can't see my bottom half, because it is showing a little bit too much. We have got the A brother. Oh no, I can't believe that I missed that too as well with the George emoji from Katie Dixon. And also we got I got him in my fantasy side. Says the Robert, and the run rate was G as well in the chat. Says S-Buck there. And also we have got there. They almost had Burns before Kiwi Lads. They did indeed. They did give it out, but then he did review it, and it did come off the back leg for himself. And also we have got there about missing it as well. Stubbies as well. Says Novmum, not quite. They're kind of just, I think they are actually like they can pass as swimming shorts as well, or swimming trunks. I want to stand up, but I don't want to stand up at the same time. We have got the missing Tom Banton and AB from 2 years ago as well, says Aiden. And what about Brendan McCullum just a little bit before that, perhaps? We've got that 217 for 10 there from Brandon as well. But yeah, favorite Christmas movie, ladies and gentlemen, what do you got? quite a few good ones I can think of just off the top of my head. And we have got the AB retired, as I said, Robert. He did indeed, unfortunately, from Test match, ODI and T20 cricket as well. George Lynn's cricket as well. That sounds so funny. And if he wore a green shirt, was he just a disembodied head floating around the stream as well? Says Katie Dixon. Pretty much he had a little bit of a pattern on his shirt, which did have kind of green stripes, I guess you could say, just missing. So you could see the background, like pretty much. One moment. Where is it? Pretty much, if this was a shirt, right, you see how this is actually green. So you could pretty much just see the slip cordon through his body, similar to, I think it's like that. Yeah, pretty much you could see all of those guys who are on me there just through his shirt constantly as well. We need them tonight. And McCullum, we need all the stars tonight if we want to stand our chances. I says Aiden there in the chat. But in the top order, Jilts getting 28, 35 for Alex Hale, 64 for Billings. Sanger went out there and was able to get himself 39. And it was a very good innings indeed. I believe the best bowling for them was Swepson, who was able to get himself 2 wickets, only going for the economy of 6.75 of his 4 overs that he did get to bowl as well. And also, Mark Stickerty was another man who did end up going for the full 4 overs, 32 for 2 of his 8 as well. But straight away, I am going to say for a Christmas movie, Elf. Elf is a good one. Home Alone as well is another good one for Christmas. I'm trying to think of other ones, though, as well off the top of my head, but I feel like those 2 are the main ones that I can think of that I will probably watch both of them over Christmas at some stage. What is a Christmas series? Or what's a Christmas, based one? I don't really watch too many Christmas movies overall. I feel like I haven't done that for a couple of years. Maybe I should watch a Christmas movie, and Emmett's Otters, Jug Band Christmas as well. Said that was Katie Dixon. I have not heard of that one. And Harlequins win yesterday, Katie, says Kevin there. And the chat, Hamish, what's your prediction line looking like as well, says Aiden. So at the moment, it does say that it is a 75% chance for the Sydney Thunder to be able to go on to win this one. The Santa Claus had Tim Allen in there with 3 movies as well. Elf, Miracle on 34th Street, Home Alone, and also Jingle All the Way as well. And Elf, as I says, it was Nov Mum. We're talking about Elf, not Elf off Home and Away. Of course, or is he on Neighbours? No, he's in Home and Away. I feel like my mum would be disappointed with me asking that question. I just want to say, as well, says Brandon there in the chat. But yeah, the Santa Claus, those movies are very exciting as well. Or not very exciting. I feel like I'm still in sport mode, but very entertaining is the right word that I am after there. Do love a Christmas comedy. I feel like that's the way to go. A little bit of light-hearted humor. Although Home Alone, when you think about it, is pretty deep. I swear I saw something about the fact that his parents actually decided that they wanted to leave him behind. So they left their ticket behind him as well. Bad Santa as best as I said, Paddy Wagon. There's an interesting one as well. And how old are you, says Warriors fan? I am currently 22, turned 22 earlier on in December. So I have still got another year until I get myself my next birthday. But it's going to be coming around pretty quick, I would think, because at the moment, every time we kind of have any event happening around the world, whether it's Super Rugby, Six Nations, anything like that, 25 as well, says Robert Miller there on the chat. And heck yeah, brother, I recorded the game, and I'm still going to watch it as well. And the chat says Katie Dixon. Also, we have got there Santa Claus is coming to town as well, says Spock down. Elf was a TV show in the 80s, he liked cats as well, wanted to eat the family cat. I can kind of see why they decided to take that off TV, Nov Mum, just from that little bit of information. I'm trying to think of other shows that I did used to watch. Aaron Finch is still on commentary. Does mean that he is unfortunately not going to be able to get himself back out there for maybe just a little bit more time as well. We have got there 220 for 12. And can you update the other games? So at the moment, it is England sitting 2 for 63 off 28.2 overs. And Jai Richardson at the moment, he was able to pick up the very early wicket of Hamid, trying to get himself another one very soon. If Australia can pick up 2 more in the situation of 2 more wickets before the end of the night, they will be decent for the 3rd day as well. But you have got their lightning just struck on my driveway. Geez, as well as there's so much Spencer, how long's your driveway? Is it right next to your house, or is it a decent length? And then regarding Wednesday, he said, I think I'll be back as well, or he'll be back as well, says Wednesday, or says Robert there in the chat as well. And also Emma Otter movie is a Jim Henson Muppet movie as well. It's so good as well, says Katie Dixon. Might have to write it down, see how it does look as well with that regard. But yeah, I think I'm gonna embrace Christmas this year, I think, because normally, that's the thing. Last year, I think we were doing live streams, not hugely around Christmas, but my sister, she's going to be home for Christmas, and I don't know how happy she will be with me doing our live streams at random hours of the night, but hopefully she will be all right with it. As Emma is here, say hi as well. Says Brandon, say hello, Emma. Hope you are doing well. And also right at the front step as well, says Amy Spencer. Says, yeah, I wouldn't stand by that door. Sounds like it's not ideal for you at the moment. Is it still is it kind of like a lightning shower because of the heat, or is it like starting to rain as well? Do let me know, Amy Spencer. But now at the moment, Joe Richardson just steaming into the crease one more time for the Australians. It's one final charge for them. They've still got an hour though. And yikes, hope you're okay. As I says Katie Dixon there in the chat. And at the moment, it is Joe Root at the crease. He actually ended up with a bit of an injury earlier on in the day, I believe it was. It was in the nets beforehand, but we will be covering the Ashes tomorrow alongside the BBL. It's not raining where I am as well, says Robert there in the chat as well. So yeah, we will have to wait and see whether or not I got a girlfriend say not more as well, says Brandon. Okay, good on you, mate. Hopefully you are treating her right, because that is, of course, very important there. Just an electrical storm of rain, as well as Amos Spencer, and he's in the same state as me, Katie Dixon. That's going to be, was it a wicket? No, end of the over there. I thought for a second that was another wicket there for the Australians, but we are just waiting for the second innings of the KFC Big Bash to get back underway. The Brisbane Heat, they will have to chase down a total of 196 for the Bash boost point. They will need 82 runs to be able to get themselves in that situation. Yeah, we will have to wait and see how it does end up finishing in this game. Who's going to be the top run scorer, ladies and gentlemen, for the Brisbane Heat? Chris Lynn, Max Bryant, Ben Duckett, Sam Easler, Tommy Abel. He is not there. Instead, it is going to be Tom Cooper, different Tom for this one. And also Jimmy Pearson, James Basely, Xavier Bartlett. Feel like if we get in that low, though, it is certainly going to be Brisbane under pressure. I'm going to say it will be Ben Duckett, who is top scorer in Queensland. It is a big state, Robert, as well, says Hamish Spencer there in the chat as well. They are just showing a bit of fast food, and now I'd like some food. That's for sure. Cameron Green at the moment bowling pretty well for himself in the early stages of this next innings. Almost got the wicket as well a little bit earlier on as well. But they are just showing an MRI machine and then some chips. I feel like I prefer the chips than the MRI. And also, yeah, I'm in CQ, Hamish, as well. You need to get the whole family on the stream, Hamish, even for just a few seconds. Mum, dad, sis, we slag off Tim Payne a wee bit, and it's done. Says Sebastian there in the chat. I feel like the thing is, I don't know how much I would have to pay my sister. Like, I don't even know if there is a number that YouTube donations go up to that she would actually come on the live stream. She my girlfriend. Say hi as well, says Brandon. Wait, so is Emma your girlfriend or your sister? Do let me know, Brandon. Also, 89 yikes. As well, I hope you're okay too, brother, as well. Says that Katie Dixon there. Yeah, at the moment, it is going to be interesting to see how this one does end up. And also, we have got there why as well, says Brandon there in the chat. Why for your girlfriend or why for, or was that treat her right? And I'm an hour outside of Mount Isa right now, Robert, as well. Says Amos Spencer, but now at the moment, they are just showing a heap of ads, and I'm good as gold, Katie, as well. And the chat from Robert. It's going to be very interesting to see how this innings does shape up. Chris Lynn, top of the order, needs to perform. Max Bryant, top of the order, needs to perform as well if he does want any chance of being able to get himself in the position of being a match winner here. Chris Lynn, he's had the most sixes out of anyone in the KFC Big Bash by about 100 ahead of Glenn Maxwell. That tells you how hard he hits the ball, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Lynn. And he will be opening the batting for them as well. I'm getting a lot of ads at the moment. I assume the cricket is coming back relatively soon. At the moment, we got Paw Patrol as well. That movie's coming out very soon. Question for you, Kiwi lads. Why? What is your favorite Rugby World Cup? No, Emma is not my girlfriend as well, says Brandon. So at this stage, favorite World Cup. I mean, 2011 was pretty good, I think, overall. Then saying that, my favorite World Cup, I'm going to say it now, and I feel like I'm going to regret saying it. 2023 is going to be my favorite World Cup. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm excited for it because I'm going to get to spend it with you guys, watching all of those games together at random hours in the night in France. It's going to be absolutely awesome to be able to cover all of those games on the channel. My first ever World Cup for the rugby, and I feel like it's kind of where this channel has all begun. So it feels like the perfect opportunity of it being able to cover those games. But Chris Lynn now 94 matches, 2,858 runs for himself here. He is certainly a top order batsman and a half to have coming out to the crease here for the Brisbane Heat. But it's going to be an important start. The power surge, they will have to take it at the right time. They are allowed to take it after 10 overs. Sydney Thunder taking theirs straight away. And that's where I've got there. You're 15 hours, 42 minutes from me. It is a very big place. That is showing a northwest direction, and Paw Patrol there from Sebastian as well. But it is going to be Mahmood now. Saqib Mahmood, That is who will be bowling this one. First ball for him of the BBL 11. Yep, sounds right as well. And the 2027 World Cup is in Australia as well. Advanced Merry Christmas is Billing best player as well. And the chat says Jack, and also we have got there. And now I'm doing some as well. But yeah, Sam Billing, phenomenal innings for him, getting about 6 sixes or 5 sixes or something like that, all in an absolute hurry for that man Sam Billings. And also Rugby World Cup. I'm doing some do Rugby World Cup, and also, oh yeah, heck yeah, Paw Patrol there. It's going to be Chris Lynn once again, smacks the ball, and that's the thing. He doesn't need a warm-up delivery to try and get his iron straight away. Chris Lynn advances down the wicket, smacks it for 4, and Surakuma Yadav as well, says Mohammadi. I believe so. Is he a spin bowler, Mohammadi? Do let me know. And also my dad said we may go to the game in Brizzy, or to a game in Brizzy as well, so that would be pretty awesome for you. Of course, World Cups, they just have that new, exciting atmosphere that, even though, you can go to 20 of them and each time it's just unique with whoever's there as well, which Doggo from Paw Patrol resembles Hamish the most as well. Says I mentioned that, and I have to drive 20 hours pretty much back to the Sunshine Coast tomorrow. Says Hamish Spencer at the moment, mood not too happy with that one. So you could say he's in a bad mood. Had to do it in Indian batter as well. Says Mohammadi there in the chat. Suya Kumar Yadav. I am going to look him up because I feel like if I see his face, I'll be like, yep, I do remember him, but I can't quite think of him off the top of my head. It is going to be once again Mahmood driving into the crease. Chris Lynn blocks that one. So he decided to do it around the other way rather than hitting the first one as just a block and then the second one smashing it. He decided to smash it, then hit the second one as a block, just switching it up a little bit for him. So it is Surya Kumar Yadav as well. I'm going to have a look at him as well. Yes, I do know him. ODI and T20 man itself. But now it is going to be Chris Lynn on strike once again. Currently sitting 4 runs of the first 2 deliveries of this match. T20 World Cups in Australia for T20 for 2022. Sorry, Chris Lynn down the ground there. Taken. Chris Lynn is gone, and that is the first wicket down. Alex Hales takes the catch, and Chris Lynn now, he is going to be gone, and that is the early wicket that they certainly did not want to lose. I'm looking at the percentages in terms of the chance of them winning. With Chris Lynn gone, what does that drop to? But Mahmood pitches it up. Chris Lynn tries to smack it down the ground, goes straight to Alex Hales, who takes a safe catch as well. And it's got to have a good drive. Do not get car sick as well into that one, but it is a 17% chance now for them to be able to win this game for the Brisbane Heat. It's going to be tough. Not going to be easy, but it was Mahmood who was able to pick up that early wicket. Caught Hales. Chris Lynn gone 4 runs off 3 deliveries, and they are sitting 4 for 1 now. And the first one have a good drive. Do not get car sick as well. And could you assign yourself a doggo from Paw Patrol? I'm not going to move on, mate, as well, says Bash and Right. Is there more than one dog on Paw Patrol? Please don't be too disappointed in me. Paw Patrol dogs. What do we got? Wait, there's only 2 Paw Patrol dogs, I believe. Oh, no, they're all dogs. Here you go. Right, what do we got here? That's a good question. Looking through them, I feel like I'm probably the stock standard one out to the grey one. I'll go with the grey one. Pretty much because he looks pretty normal. I'd like to think that I'm normal, but maybe not. We have to wait and see what all the tests say, but there's going to be 0.3 overs down at the moment. Duckett's going to be back out there. I did say that he would be the maximum run scorer in this match. Give him the round of applause. How long has he got to get out there before they get a free shot at the stumps? Okay, he did make it out to the crease, and Hamish is a chaotic mix of Rocky, Ryder, and Zuma as well. And at the chat from it was there, Katie, I was thinking Zuma. Is that actually Zuma, the one that I did say, or is that a different one? Do let me know. I'll have to look up Paw Patrol Zuma now and see which one it is. Zuma. Oh, okay. I would accept Zuma. He looks like chaotic. I am chaotic, so I'll take that one as well. But now it is going to be Ben Duckett. Go on the offside. He does like playing out through there, but he has only had 4 matches, 58, and he also got 46 of those runs in one of those matches. So the problem with the Brisbane Heat at times is they do end up kind of falling over with their tail. This is certainly not what they're going to want here. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow with the BBL. It is going to be the Perth Scorchers. They will be taking on the Hobart Hurricanes, but Mahmood now charging and already getting the big wicket of Lynn. Oh, that swung. Good take there from Billings, because that one was taken off. Jai Richardson here has just got himself the wicket, and it's the the wicket, of Joe Root. No, it's Rory Burns, who has gone now. All right, I'm off now. I need sleep as well, says Hamish Spencer. But that one took off down the leg side on Rocky as well. And the chat says Robert there. Joe Richardson, good bit of swing available for him, and it was Rory Burns. Hits it straight into the hands. A second slip there, Steve Smith. And because of that, Joe Richardson, he picks up himself another wicket for himself in that test match. 2 in the second innings, and now England are 3 down. And it is in that annoying stage for them as well. That's going to be the little bit of swing available there. He's towed that one off the bat, but it was taken off there for Mahmood. Anytime he pitches it up, seems like it's going a mile. Duckett, he will get off the mark now. He was able to get through for the 2 runs there. Runs out, but Joe Richardson picks up that wicket. Take care, Amos Spencer. Everest as well. Says Katie Dixon. I feel like you guys at the moment, you're naming dogs, and I have no idea which dogs they are. Right. What do we got? Everest. That is actually the husky one, isn't it? Please tell me I'm wrong. I don't watch Paw Patrol. I saw you. We others got there in the chat about it is Rocky as well. Is he the main character one? That's another bit of swing there for Mahmood, and Ben Stokes making his way to the crease there. And that one as well. And also we've got there, take care, Hamish that. Also we have got there, see, man, I got to drop Lynn out of my BBL side as well. I'll drop Lynn out of BBL side, says Robert. It is more than likely, unfortunately, wasn't able to really strike at the top of the order. One big shot for him. And then that was about all you need to learn. The Paw Patrol doggies. It's essential in a man's life as well, says Sebastian there and out. Says Robert there on the chat as well. Last question for you, lads. What is your best game with your friends as well? I do enjoy, that's a tough one. I do enjoy playing. That's in the air as well. That's going to be the second wicket falling, and Duckett has now gone 2 runs off 1 delivery, and Duckett gone for 2. And Mahmood in the first over, picking up 2 wickets already in the first 5 balls of this match. This one could be over before we know it. I would say favorite game to play with my friends. I'm trying to think of one because I know that we play a little bit of GTA, but then also what else have we got that we do play together? I mean, we play a little bit of Farming Simulator. That's a pretty fun game. And also, I will say, actually, changing it, any game that like we all play from the same house. Like I feel like just hanging out while playing the games. There's nothing better than that. That's why our old videos were so much fun to film, because we'd all just sit down on a couch and all just play as well. We have got there. Have a good one, brother. Says Katie Dixon. This is weird how synchronized these 2 games are. If we remember rightly, last time there was a wicket in the Ashes, there was also a wicket and at the Brisbane Heat, in the Sydney Thunders lineup. But that is going to be Ben Duckett gone 2 runs off 2 balls, and Sam Heaslett now makes his way back out to the crease. He was out there fielding a little bit earlier on. Almost a wicket for Cameron Green as well. They're under pressure here for Root and Stokes. They need to find a way of just surviving the later stages. I think they've still got another 50 minutes left, though, for them. And that might be about how long we got here as well for this game. And have a good one, Hamish Spencer, as well, says Katie Dixon. And also think we may want to change the teams, bring back McCullum and Banton as well, says Robert, because I think Tom Banton, he was going to be over there for this competition, wasn't he? But unfortunately ended up, I think it was travel restrictions or something meant that he wasn't able to come over. But he's now going to be ready to face the strike. Good in swing there from Mahmood. Does he get the wicket? No, it's just going down leg is the call from the umpire, and that's going to be the end of a very good first over, I should say, for Mahmood. They were able to get 4 runs off the first ball. Then from there, a couple wides and also the 2 wickets for Mahmood there. Hit it straight down the ground. Chris Linney was out from Alex Hale's catch. And then from there, it was Ben Duckett who ended up losing his wicket as well. He always got the out there from Robert Miller. Looked like it would have been close to being out from. They might actually check this one in terms of the ball tracker after the ball has been bowled, of course. But in the end, Mahmood doing very nicely for himself. I believe that's the first over he's had of the competition as well, picking up already 2 wickets for himself. And now they've got Daniel Sands through that, Robert Miller as well. And he up in the chat says that Robert there for changing out a few other players there at the moment. They're going to be checking this one. I think that was the most swing we have seen today, and almost in the whole KFC Big Bash. So far, we're up to match 14 already out of 61 matches. Cameron Green bowling the bouncer there, and their cricketer Joe Root. So it will be interesting to see how many more wickets England lose. And in fact, that will be my next question. How many wickets do you guys think that we are going to have falling for England in that matchup? By the end of the day, we have got there Watch McCullum. What's McCullum doing these days? He's actually a member of the commentary team for, I think it's called SENZ, which is kind of like the Sports Entertainment NZ or something like that. He's actually a bit of a commentator, a little bit Brendan McCullum, and also, of course, got a few racehorses around. This is a disaster. Amish, remind me to never bet too much money from now on as well, says Aiden. I will try my best to do it again, repeatedly like I normally would. But unfortunately, yeah. So did you actually put the amount that you did say for that very first one, Aiden? Because if you did, I really hope that the Brisbane Heat can fire back in this one as well. By the way, I'm Tuck from Paw Patrol. He has the ability to shrink as well. It's very cold here. I think you know what I mean. Says Sebastian. Wait, do they have special powers? Do the dogs have special powers? I never knew this about Paw Patrol. I'm going to have to go see that movie. Okay, he looks like he's a little bit of the special dog because he's got like glowing paws and whatnot for Tuck there by the looks of it. But at the moment, 2 for 9 here for the Brisbane Heat. They need 197. And for the Bash Boost point, they need 82 as well. Paw Patrol for life in this chat as well. Says Katie Jackson there. I don't know whether or not I've ever watched a full episode of Paw Patrol. Perhaps that's something that we'll have to do with our subscribers. End up doing like a Discord call where we'll just watch an episode as well. Paw Patrol there from Sebastian there as well. Sam Easlett at the moment, 4 matches, 120 runs for him. Nicely played to the lead side. It's in the air, and it is looking like it is going to be 4 runs there for Sam Easlett. In fact, he is probably going to be the game changer here for the Brisbane Heat. And to be honest with you, I did only put 100 on it. I chickened out as I could go either way with these games as well. Exactly right. I am glad that you did only go with the 100 rather than what you said originally, because or else then, yeah, that would have been a big one. And I recommend if you're going to do like high stake stuff, like literally maximum you should put on it is probably that much. Like, because I feel like any more than that is just very, very risky. Yes, you might make some, but also you might have the chance of losing a large sum of money as well. And there's going to be another dot ball here. 2 for 13 at the moment for the Brisbane Heat, losing a couple early wickets. Daniel Sam's going for 5 runs so far for the Sydney Thunder, and Katie more like happy tree friends for life as well. And the chat says Aiden there. Now, at the moment, the commentators say, I've got Aaron Finch, like I mentioned, still got that knee injury. I hope he is all right by the end of the season. I want to see him there for the Melbourne Renegades. And also, he's talking about the series coming up for the T20. They are actually playing in New Zealand in February, I believe it is. If I'm not wrong, it's actually the same weekend as Super Rugby is going to be starting up. So it's slightly unfortunate because I would love to be able to do the commentary for those ones. But imagine if we get copyright strike just before making it through to the next kind of stage of our, I guess, Super Rugby journey that we will be having. Sam Easlett at the moment, he is going to have himself the strike here. 4 runs off 4 balls. Bryant sitting on 1 off 2. He hasn't really had any other strike. I think that would just scare the children as well. And the chat says Katie Dixon there. Now he's at 2 for 13, sitting for the Brisbane Heat. They're going to need an economy rate, or the required run rate, of 10 runs from here on out. That's a good shot, though, from Easlett going to the deep cover, who is Sanger for this one. Was able to get himself a few runs off the bat as well, but a 90% chance that the Sydney Thunder win this match from here on out. And also, which game's that as well? Says it was Robert Miller there for the T20 series between New Zealand and Australia. It is actually in Wellington that those first 2 games are going to be taking place. I was considering doing some sort of thing for Christmas. I don't know whether or not it is still on the cards. It will more than likely be a different one, but I was thinking about sending my parents and grandparents up to the one in Wellington for Sky Stadium, perhaps, for them to have a watch of one of those T20 matches as well. We have got the Azumas hovercraft. It's pretty cool as well. Says that it was Katie Dixon, and that's my point, Katie. And there says Aiden there in the chat. But yeah, there are a couple games taking place, but I believe instead I'll probably send them to the test match between New Zealand and South Africa. And also T20 versus Australia is in Canberra as well, says Robert. Or is it the ODI in Canberra? Robert, do let me know, because I know that we've got a couple back-to-back games for T20 in Wellington, but I know that they've got the ODI that has taken place in Australia a little bit prior as well. And Thunder winner chicken dinner as well. Oh yeah, Amish Zuma has the ability to swim and dive lifeguard essentially as well. That's gone high in the air, and this is going to be a 3rd wicket. And it is taken by Sam, and Mahmood gets himself his 3rd wicket of this match so far. He's lit out for 5. The Brisbane side, they are falling over here. Will you do the women's ashes too, Amish, as well? Says Aiden, I didn't actually realise there was a women's ashes. When is that taking place, Aiden? Do let me know. But I didn't actually know that was a thing. Believe it or not, I feel like that's really bad, isn't it? Like, I feel like I'm not actually too sure what other competitions we have got around the world, but Daniel Sam's able to get that wicket, and Mahmood at the moment, he is loving it. That is his 3rd wicket of the day, and he's only been bowling for 7 balls so far. Very impressive from Mahmood, that is for sure. But at the moment, I believe they are going to have Usman Khawaja doing a little bit of a dance in the outfield for his birthday. I've just come back to see in the Ashes. Currently 3 down at the moment. And at the moment, Usman Khawaja, he is getting heckled by the crowd behind him, I think, and they were all very happy with the dance moves that he was doing as well. They all wanted to see him do a little bit of a dance for it as well. Bit of a shuffle there from Usman Khawaja. We have got there. We play in New Zealand and Perth, ODI Hobart, ODI and SCG, and then Canberra T20 versus New Zealand as well. Says it Robert there in the chat. And goodbye, everyone. I'm going to bed as well, so we will see you a little bit later on, Brandon. I wonder what games I have found that are in New Zealand. Do we have a later game of T20 up against Australia? Because I know that there's a game on Thursday night and then Friday night, kind of back to back. We do get to see them both take place in the T20 scene in Wellington, I believe. Unless that one hasn't completely been announced yet, but I believe when I did look up tickets for it, I was actually able to buy some if I did want to for Wellington. So I'm not too sure what ones are happening there and what ones are happening elsewhere as well. There's going to be a Mahmood good over from him so far, already picking up the wicket off the first delivery. And it's going to be, that's another wicket here. And that's going to be Sam Billings just knocking the stumps off the Heat of 4 down. At this stage, night, Brandon, have a good one as well, says Katie Dixon. That is 4 wickets down now. Who's going to be walking? Is it Cooper or is it Bryan? I believe it's Max Bryant who's gone as well. They've lost their 4 top guys, and not that I know of as well. Says it Robert there in the chat. And also Roy Burns has fallen, by the way. And also we have got there 34 runs. Pretty good from him as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, pretty decent for Rory Burns. That is going to be the 4th wicket, though, for the Brisbane Heat. This game's going to be over before we know it. By the looks of it, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be Max Bryant. He is out. That is 4 down for them at the moment. 4 for 15 off 2.2 overs here. This is going to ruin the net run rate here for the Brisbane Heat. That is for sure. And you too, Katie Dixon. Kiwi, when is your next live stream? It is going to be at 2 a.m. So in a couple hours' time, we are going to be back for the Leicester Tigers game versus Connacht. Or tomorrow, we are going to have the situation of the Ashes as well. That will be taking place. Now, this stage, just out times 4. They are certainly struggling out there at the moment. Jimmy Pearson sitting in there 1,173 as well. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. A moment, we are just updating something here as well. There we go. Oops. Press the wrong button there. Hopefully the scoreboard is still updating itself. There we go. Right, we are good to go here once again. It is going to be Mahmood once again charging in. He's getting some good pace, 134. It's looking quicker than that, though, the way that he is throwing it. Also, we've got there, will the Heat get to 50 runs, says Novmum. I hope so. At the moment, there's a 2% chance of them being able to get it right. They tried to go for the 2. It was the yes, no. Tom Cooper just sat there. You can't really just sit there as well. And then he made his way down there, and that is going to be the end. January the 27th is the one and only women's test. February the 4th and 6th and the 10th are the T20s. February 16th, 13th, 16th, and 19th are the ODIs as well. 5 p.m. is time. Says that Robert Miller there as well for what time it is going to be for the Ashes. Yeah, 5 p.m. And we will be covering hopefully most of the day of the final day of the Ashes. And then we will be switching over to the BBL for the later stages of the night as well. Good little bit of swing on offer still from Mahmood. That's the thing. The ball is still very early in its innings. They are sitting 4 down here. Was the yes, no. Tom Cooper, I feel like there's a little bit of a problem there with the running. He just sat there and he went like this. Yeah, we might run. And also we have got there, Hamish, there's no T20 in New Zealand and Wellington. I don't know what day you've seen that for. As I was this row, I'm going to have to go on Ticketek, I think, and be able to find it for you. Lift off the legs there. It's another wicket, and that's 5 down now for them as well. They're just falling over at this stage. I might as well look for tickets for a match. And we will go cricket. I believe, if I'm not wrong, one moment we go like that. New Zealand, upcoming ones. We've got the Australia versus England, Australia versus that one as well. Okay, so they have got all of the ODIs I do see for those ones, but we will go there. Okay, so Ticketek does not have the upcoming matches, but if you go on to, which place did I have it that I was able to find it? Black Caps Tour. I believe I did look up. If you look on New Zealand Cricket Preview.ticketek.com, you can see that they have got those matches that are coming up for the T20, and that can show you the Netherlands series as well, but that is going to be the 5th wicket down now, 15 for 5. They're just going home here at this point, it seems. And also we have got the Leinster Connacht game. It's in 2 hours. Might as well stay up as well. Says Katie Dixon there. Not looking good for the Heat. Not looking very good at all. And also the 10 out of 10 says Sebastian there as well. This game might actually be over before we get to the situation of seeing the end of the day of the Ashes at the moment, because they are going to be gone for another half an hour, I believe it is. They will be able to travel for, but at the moment, It's looking decent for Australia. A little bit of a yes, no, but not looking good for the Brisbane Heat here. 5 wickets down for a total of, 15 runs for 5 here. At the moment, Mahmood has picked up a 4 for. How has this happened? Mahmood has picked up 3 wickets so far in this over, 1 for the run out there. And so I'm guessing you would consider doing the female Ashes. It would be entertaining if George joins as well, says Aidan there in the chat now. But now it will be Mahmood charging his way in. And it is going to be waiting in Noah's the call. They need to bat out the overs or else they do end up with that net run rate absolutely getting destroyed. And don't watch cricket as well, says TJ there in the chat. But yeah, we have got the rugby coming up a little bit later on. Does Heat have any chances of winning as well, says TJ? At the moment, the live odds has a 99.5% chance for the Sydney Thunder and 0.5% for the Brisbane Heat. Also, winners the Ladies Ashes, I believe. I didn't say that it is January 27th. It's the one and only women's test as well. So that actually overlaps with the Boxing Day test for the men. I do see as well, if that is the case. But yeah, not a huge amount of a chance for the Brisbane Heat to win. In fact, I'm going to do something here. We're going to have a look. So for them to be able to win the test match, at the moment for England to win the test match is $93. If we look at the KFC Big Bash, for Brisbane to win this one, it's $31 at the moment for the odds, which is actually relatively generous, I would say, in this situation. But now it is going to be Nathan McAndrew. The power surge, it's still not over. They've still got one more over of it as well. They are 5 down here for the Heat. They have already lost Lynn, Bryant, Duckett, Heaslett, and also Jimmy Pearson. The other men that they have got, James Baisley is out there at the moment alongside Tom Cooper. They've got Bartlett, they've got Stickety, they've got Swepson, and they've got Rahman as well. Nicely hit to the leg side there for Cooper. And it was now going to be him getting himself up to 2 runs. And the thing is, he's only 4 runs away from being the top run scorer as well. And also we have got there, I thought it was on demand as well. Oh, that was a demand as well. And there, DJ. And there, and also we have got there, and the chat, all good, says DJ there as well. And also Hamish, who's playing rugby later, that you're streaming as well. And also March 17th and 18th, 2022 it is, as well, says Robert there. I knew that I had seen it somewhere that we were going to be playing off against them. But yeah, I was going to get my parents like a 2-match pass for those ones. But it does overlap with Super Rugby as well, I believe, which does make it slightly difficult. We have to wait and see whether or not the Brisbane Heat do get bowled out. Yeah, if they do end up getting bowled out, it does mean that I have not run out of water for too long. But if they do not, I'm going to be no water available for the next 16.4 overs. But Nathan McAndrew now charging in down the leg side a little bit. Good work behind the stunts from Billing to slow that one down, and it's going to be called as a wide by the umpire, who has actually got the Australian flag on his forearm, I do see as a tattoo. But they are just showing the wickets that they were able to get today. Jai Richardson able to pick up the first one. Michael Nessa scoring the second. And then it was Jai Richardson once again who was able to get the wicket of Rory Burns. But at the moment, England are just trying to survive in that one, trying to get through this final few hours for the Women's Ashes, Robert, as well there. I assume that is actually for the T21. The Women's Ashes is the 27th. Oh, that was almost another opportunity there for the Sydney Thunder. But yeah, the Women's Ashes 27th of January, I believe. I don't have faith in them this year. They have been horrible as well, says Aiden. Yeah, it's not looking good at the moment for the Heat, being 5 down for 20. If they somehow win this game, even if they get that bash boost point, would be very impressive. And I feel like, to be honest, for the Brisbane Heat, they might as well just go for it here. See if they can get themselves the extra run or get themselves the extra point. Get 82 in the first 10 overs. That will give them the bash boost point, and they will get something out of it. No, Australia versus New Zealand cricket in Wellington as well. Said it was Robert there, although that's no with the bracket, I guess you could say. That's going to be in the air. Over the top, that's going to be the 4 runs, though, for Tom Cooper, the X-Factor player. Almost brought in to the double fingers for himself. And also we have got there, if they win, I'll streak again, as I says, Aiden, and cheers, Robert. And they're from Sebastian there as well. But at the moment, anyone who's new to this channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. The Brisbane Heat struggling at the moment, that is for sure. But I hope you are all doing well and hope you are excited for the Ashes tomorrow that we will be covering on the channel. And also the Big Bash tomorrow night. Perth Scorchers taking on the Hobart Hurricanes at the moment for England. They need to try and not lose too many more wickets in this next kind of session or so, because they have still got another half hour or so. Australia need 7 wickets to be able to win the match. But Joe Root wants to stick it out at the crease by the looks of it. And the thing is, Ben Stokes in his first innings, he ended up only going out really because he was just trying to smack the ball around. a little bit. So if he is not trying to smack the ball around, he might be out there for a little bit longer. McAndrew there, nice cut shot there from Tom Cooper, and he moves up now onto 12 runs off 5 deliveries. Can you bet on Thunder anymore, says Sebastian? I will have a quick look. No, you cannot. The Thunder are no longer a side that you can bet on. You can still bet on the Brisbane Heat for this one. Who knows? Maybe they can do it. There we go. I had a cent in my TAP account. I put a cent on the Brisbane Heat. I'll make 31 back. It does work out. I don't know why I end up with like tiny numbers. I think the TAB are like, hey, you have a bonus bet. And I'm like, right, I'll try and pick the safest option possible. I think that was a couple of weeks ago as well. We also got there. Perth will win it easily as well. I'm pretty sure that they haven't lost a game yet as well. Says Aiden, yeah, that game up against the Hobart Hurricanes should be going the way of Perth, but you never know. If Darcy Short or Matthew Wade at the top of the order can really fire. Oh, that's going to be now. Tom Cooper almost in trouble there for the LBW, but did get a little bit of bat on it. That will be the end of McAndrew's over. Going for 13, and it will be 28 for 5 here for the Brisbane Heat now. The moment they are just going to look at the highlights, and there will be plenty of them in that power play, that is for sure. Giving himself room there, Chris Lynn, just not quite able to get that one right, unfortunately, for him. And he did end up getting himself caught. It was the boundary in the first over. First ball of the first over. Sent easy with those huge bets. You might get addicted, as says Sebastian there in the chat. You see, that's the thing. I feel like I tell you guys that I'm not a good gambler. And I feel like the fact that I always have like 1 cent or 20 cents or something in my account, or 70 cents when you guys did tell me the other day to go for it, just shows that the TAB, they're like, why haven't you like done a bet in like a month? Here's a $2 bonus bet or like a $5 bonus bet. And then I just spend it on something that's like very easy odds, and then end up with like 31 cents for myself as well. That's going to be down the leg side there for Mahmood, and he is going to be bowling 3 overs on the bounce at the moment. He's got 4 wickets already. Can he get a 5 for here in this one? I believe Mahmood, he is English, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And if he keeps on playing like this, perhaps he does get himself an opportunity in the English squad in the future for that T20 World Cup just around the corner. He's got good swing on the ball, though. Just seems to go boom, boom, just like that. It's like a motorbike starting up for Mahmood, and he has been absolutely phenomenal. Nice little yawn there. Current run rate is sitting at 6.96, and their current run rate that they need to get themselves up to is currently sitting at 10.72 as well. Rootwood's almost walking Amish as well in that situation, says Robert. Yeah, at the moment, it is another maiden here for Mitchell Starc. He's been phenomenal in this test match as well. Nathan Lyon at the other end, though. Feel like he is going to be able to get himself a few wickets tomorrow in the test match. They've still got half an hour left, though, I believe. Nathan Lyon might even get himself some tonight, by the looks of it. I'm not too sure how many overs they've got left in the Ashes at the moment. It will be interesting to see how it does kind of shape up. And now it is going to be Tom Cooper on strike to Mahmood. Nicely bowled, nicely shot down the ground there from Tom Cooper. Does he get all of it? He does indeed. And it is going to be the 4 runs there. I'm sorry, the 6 runs for Tom Cooper. Yeah, well, my 31 cents might be looking all right. We got 4.3 overs down at the moment. The target is 197 that they are trying to get to. And Tom Cooper looking like he is going to be the best batsman out there at the moment for the Heat. And the fact that he has only been out there for 8 balls, he's got 18 runs. That is actually sitting a total of almost 4 times more runs than anyone else for the Brisbane Heat have been able to get in that top order. The next highest was Heaslett, who was sitting on 5. Jimmy Pearson so far, he is going to be out for a duck as well. There were a few, or actually Jimmy Pearson, the only man who got a duck. That's another big shot from Tom Cooper. Goes all the way for 6, and it's taken in the crowd as well. Everyone has just taken the catches at the moment by the looks of it. That's the 3rd catch we've seen today in the crowd. Surely they're getting something for those. Tell you what, they've taken more catches in the outfield than Xavier Bartlett at the moment here for the crowd. Spotted it, just nailed in the catch by the man in the pink shirt in the crowd. They're going well at the moment. The crowd are taking a lot of catches, like I mentioned. Straight to him. Straight down his throat as well. Oh, that was a good delivery from Nathan Lyon. Oh, good delivery, though, from Mahmood as well. Sam Billings thought he heard something. No one else did, though. So now it is going to be just the 1 ball left. So Mahmood, he's gone from absolutely just on fire, being able to get himself 4 wickets. And then it is in that situation now of getting 2 sixes hit off him in a row. Welcome to the BBL. How quickly things can change, that is for sure. But Tom Cooper straight down the ground with that beautiful shot. And then the next one that he did have, he did it a little bit more leg side, kind of mid-wicket way. 2 big shots from him, though. in that situation. But now at the moment, we'll have to wait and see whether or not we do get to see Brisbane Heat get bowled out or whether they just keep on going. Mahmood once again bowls it, and Tom Cooper, he will have the strike for the next over by the looks of it. That is the end of a relatively expensive over for Mahmood, and that is going to be 5 wickets down for 42 runs here for the Brisbane Heat. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, will the Brisbane Heat chase this down, or will it be possibly more than likely the fact that they will? Brisbane Heat at the moment paying $21 there. I do see so. They are slowly going down with a little bit more of a chance of it being able to win this one here. So we have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. But anyone who is new to this channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are currently sitting on a total likes of we are sitting on 43. Can we get 7 more and make our way towards being able to get ourselves that nice half century? If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Similar to what Sam Billings did earlier on. It was the it was actually the 64 he was able to get himself before he did end up going out there. And now it is going to be, once again, Cameron Green will get an opportunity here with the ball in hand to be able to try and do some great things. Nathan Lyon at the moment having a good over in the Ashes, currently doing a little bit of a co-live stream. We are going to be doing the Ashes tomorrow for the first and second session. Maybe the game will be over by then. We'll have to wait and see, but then we will be doing the BBL with the Scorchers versus the Hobart Hurricanes. Chris Green now 46 wickets for himself. Can he get another one here? Reverse sweep attempted, and that's going to be 4 runs there for Tom Cooper. At the moment, the X-Factor player has certainly been just that, X-Factor and a half here for Tom Cooper. Looking good early on. And in this situation, currently sitting on a total of 29 off 12 deliveries. He's looking like he might be the only man to get to double figures here for the Brisbane Heat. Imagine if he goes on and gets like 150 and wins this game for a side. That would be a very impressive one. Definitely with the mix-up that did happen earlier on between him and also Max Bryant. They're getting closer and closer to being able to have half a chance here. The required run rate is sitting at 10.18. And the amount that they are getting at the moment per over is 8.9 as well. Tom Cooper, that's going to be the single down the ground there. It looks like they are just going to be having the single for that one. Alex Hale's able to cut that one off. I realized that in this game, I believe pretty much all of the international players, maybe except for it's probably, other than Majip, are actually English, I believe, if I'm not wrong. They have got in this one Ben Duckett, he is English. Also behind the stumps, Sam Billings, he is English. Alex Hale's in the field for them, he is English as well. And then Mahmood for the bowling attack of the Sydney Thunder. They might actually have 3 English players here for the Sydney Thunder as the players that they have brought in. Chris Green now, he is going to have 5 runs of his first 3 deliveries versus left-hand. He is always a little bit more successful than the right, and that is once again going to be the dot ball. The economy rate at the moment, it is going to be important here for the Brisbane Heat. They have already lost those 5 wickets, like I mentioned. They cannot afford to lose a few more. 7 overs left as well. Says it, Robert. Is that for the test match, I assume, in that regard? How's that? Says Billings. Cam Green going up. Chris Green going up a little bit there as well, but did not end up connecting with that one. Trying to feather it, possibly down to third man there, Tom Cooper. Now it is going to be Baisley, once again on strike, facing 5 deliveries, all dots. The wrong and almost there for Chris Green. And it looks like they are going to just take the single there. So now Tom Cooper, that is the end of the over. He will not have the strike for this one yet as well. And Hamish J wants you to bet 69 more cents as well until upon the recommendation of it, Jenna as well there. And that says, Sebastian, tell you what, don't have the 70 cents in there, unfortunately, at this point in time. But, if we did, we would. Worth a crack, I guess you could say, as well. And nonetheless, it is now going to be interesting. See whether or not Brisbane Heat can reach up to that 100. We did say whether or not 50 was on the cards for their very original one. Now, at the moment, it does look like it is going to be not too bad for themselves as well. And in this situation, that was a very long sentence, wasn't it? I feel like the sentences are getting longer and longer as we go throughout this match of the BBL. Yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we are going to be back tomorrow with more BBL action. Also, more Ashes action as well, which should be very exciting indeed. But I do hope you guys are all enjoying the live stream so far. We have got the BBL taking place, still another 15 overs or so, or 14 overs, and also 6.3 overs remaining in the day for England to try and bat out the rest of the time that they have got themselves. Now, at this stage, it is going to be Sanger, who is bowling that one. Sandhu, of course, not in this lineup here for the Sydney Thunder, decided to leave him out, and this will get probably the run rate going down just a little bit more. Sanger doesn't normally leak too many runs, also gets a lot of wickets. He is still very young as well. Now, at the moment, it is going to be Sanger. We'll be trying to spin this one nicely. Tom Cooper sitting on 30 runs off 13 deliveries for the Bash boost point, which I think is what Tom Cooper is slightly working on, wanting to get at least 1 run, or 1 point, out of this match. They will need themselves 82 for the Bash boost point, so they still need another 33. That's going to be down the leg side. Tom Cooper misses out on that one, and it is going to be going to the wrong end there. If it was bowlers, it could have been dangerous for them in that situation. Ben Stokes just getting by on that ball for Mitchell Starc, not willing to lose that wicket late in the day, because they have still got a task and a half there for England to be able to close out this test match. It is now going to be Sanger once again bowling this one, currently going for 2 singles of the first 2 deliveries. Going to be down the leg side, wide for that one of Sanger. At the moment, the pressure will be well and truly on the Brisbane Heat. The way that they fell over, that's the thing. These two have already got a partnership of around 36 or so, because it was starting 5 wickets down, 15 runs they had got themselves. That's going to be a hit hard there by Basley. Decent shot, and it looks like, yes, it does race away to the boundary. Pierces the gap beautifully, and that is going to be another 4 runs for the Brisbane Heat. I'm going to have a look at the odds one more time, see what they are sitting on now. They're paying $18, so that shows you that they're doing all right here so far. They seem to be just sneaking their way closer and closer to being able to have half a chance to get back in this one, but at the moment it is Basley hitting it to the leg side. He did end up going for almost 50 himself with the ball in hand, but luckily for him now, he has been able to find his first boundary of the day. Tom Cooper sitting on 31. Basley now sitting on 6 runs off 8 deliveries. Still needs to get a little bit of a field reset here. It seems like Chris Green gone back into almost a backward point region, and that was almost into the hands of Billings. There's going to be 2 balls left now of this over at the moment. Cooper at the non-striker's end. I feel like the more he is on strike in these late stages of the first 10 overs, the better for them, because he has already been able to hit himself 2 6s, 3 4s as well. Sanger getting a nice little bit of spin on that, hitting it to the leg side and just knocking it round for the single once again. 1 ball left of the Sanger over, already going for the 8 runs here at the moment. Still looking like it's going to be very tough for the Brisbane Heat, that is for sure. When you lose your whole top order here, it will just show how much depth they've got if they can somehow manage to pull this off. Tom Cooper, he was actually slotted in for Tom Abel in the end. Once again, missing that one for Tom Cooper. That is the end of the over, and now it is going to be 56 for 5 here after the 7. They've got 18 balls now to try and chase down that Bash boost point. The moment Lyon, he did lose his wicket. Chris Lynn, I should say, 4 runs off 3 deliveries. Run out for Max Bryan, 2 runs off 3 deliveries. Duckett, 2 runs off 2 deliveries till he was out. He's let 5 runs off 6 deliveries till he was out. And then Pearson, he got the duck off 3 balls as well. So it just keeps on falling at the moment for the Brisbane Heat, but they have been able to fight back very nicely here with these two, looking at maybe getting themselves that Bash boost point. They're actually only 3 runs behind compared to the Thunder, although they are 4 wickets behind in that regard, because they have lost 5 wickets so far compared to the 1 for 59 that the Sydney Thunder were at this point in time. The Ashes, it is almost getting to the end of day 4 of the Ashes, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be covering that on the channel tomorrow as well, alongside the Scorchers taking on the Hobart Hurricanes. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is Basley now once again on strike, sitting on 7 runs off 10 balls. I'm hearing Gangnam Style in the background. I haven't heard that song in years, I don't think. What is Psy up to, ladies and gentlemen? Do we know whether or not he is still releasing music, or did he just take his millions from Gangnam Style and retire at that? But now it is going to be Chris Green. Once again, short ball there. Oh, it's smacked Billings right in the chest. Or the shoulder, actually, it looks like. And Billings looks like he's in a lot of pain at the moment. Didn't actually see that one coming in. It's always the ball that you don't see coming that is the most painful. Oh, you're right on there, which would probably be the bone, I would think, there for Sam Billings. So that would be not too nice for himself, but it is called as pies there. Against him now, Chris Green once again. Going to be going forward with that one. It is the dot ball down the ground. Tom Cooper on strike at the moment, getting closer and closer to being able to bring up his 50. Oh, straight off the flesh of Sam Billings, but something that they did have to have a little while ago for Chris Green. It was actually his action being questioned, the way that he does bowl the ball, because it does kind of look like he is throwing it down there in some regards, but they did check his action. They said that it was all right, and that is why he is out there today, and he is captaining the Sydney Thunder, possibly to a big victory. They need 197 there for themselves if they do want to be able to get the chance of winning this one. The Heat have a 1% chance of being able to win this match, but there is still a chance. And it's going to be what to wait to the leg side, and it's going to now be Sanger. Leaves it for McAndrew just throw it in, and that is once again going to be another single. The Big Bash boost total that they will be needing is 82, and that will have to come from the next 16 balls. Sorry, actually 14 balls for them to be able to get it, and they will need a total of 23 runs at that as well. 23, tell you what, that's actually doable for them. Now I think about the maths, 23 needed off the 14 deliveries, and Cooper, he has just gone bang, but he's gone bang enough. He has not, and it's taken by Daniel Sams, and that should be the game now for the Sydney Thunder. They should be able to win it from here. Great catch from Daniel Sams, takes it extremely low, and another sea green, confusing after so much ashes as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, it is similar to after a Super Rugby season, saying Nathan Harris and Marcus Harris. They both end up not quite rolling off the tongue, but Tom Cooper there caught in the deep by Daniel Sams. Takes it only a couple inches off the ground as well. Very impressive catch from him. And now it is going to be the end of the innings for Tom Cooper, the one player at the moment who did look like he had a decent chance of being able to help them out towards getting somewhere near this total, but he is out now, and it will be 32 off 18 deliveries. And now the boundary, 75%. He's not happy with himself, Tom Cooper. The Brisbane Heat lineup, they will not be happy with themselves at the moment here. But the target, the Big Bash boost total, surely from here you just go, right, we're not winning this match because we need 138 more runs of 78 balls, 73 balls. We've got 13 balls here. Let's see whether or not we can chase that Bash boost one. Unfortunately, one of the South African, and the other is not a good bowler as well there. And the Jets Sebastian also 100 all out. Probably, unfortunately for them, it does look relatively likely. There are still only about 3 overs left now in the day for the Ashes, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will be back tomorrow for that Ashes for the final day. That's the thing. That's already the second Ashes test match almost over, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, I think that hit the glove of Ben Stokes, but they didn't actually go upstairs for it. They are going to be hitting it to that leg side there. And I think they will be chicken sticko, but they didn't actually go upstairs here for Mitchell Stark. He's saying he didn't hear the noise. So that is why they didn't go with it. Did you just hear line as well, says Robert? I did not. Unfortunately, I have got that game on mute so that I can hear the Sydney Thunder versus Brisbane Heat. Just swing boys, nothing to lose at the moment. Exactly right. Well, it's got their 4 left after this over as well, so it is getting relatively close to the end of that day as well. It was a big full toss that Billings was getting held of. I believe it was his biggest 6 of the day. They are just showing the 3 catches that we have had today, I believe, as well. Billings, 64 runs of 27 deliveries. And in the end, it was 5 4s and 5 6s as well there for himself. So he was just smacking the ball all over the place. And that is what has really helped them work their way towards a good total here. But the Big Bash boost point still on the line. 82 runs is what they are going to be requiring off the next kind of 12 or 13 balls or so. It's going to be tough, but if they can do so, would be very impressive indeed down the leg side for that one of the Ashes. That's another wicket. They hardly had even gone back to the coverage, and Sanger has just picked up his first wicket as well, and that's Basley out. 2 new men at the crease now who haven't even got a single run or a single ball faced between them as well. Interesting. This game so far between these two sides, that is for sure. But Basley just sits that ball up, tries to get it all the way for 6, does end up falling down, and it was taken nicely by Nathan McAndrew, and he told England that the umpire was the best batter, as says Robert there, and the chat as well. At the moment, James Basley losing his wicket. What is the lowest total that the Brisbane Heat have had in history? I guess is a good question, but I believe it would be less than this. In fact, it was probably only a little while ago that they had less than this as well. And now at this stage, it is going to be Basley who is leaving the crease. Stickety making his way out there, and Bartlett also going to be at the crease. Is this going to be finished before the end of the Ashes day? Because they have still got another 4 overs there. We have to get the out times 7 as well, says Sebastian there. And also, well, Sydney Thunder looks like a strong side against the Heat, says Waddles. Yeah, they're doing very nicely, sitting a total of 197. Their Big Bash boost point. Well, sorry, the net run rate is going to be through the roof, similar to what we saw for the Sydney Sixers, where they got the massive win over the Melbourne Stars, who are still, even though they've won a couple games, they are still trying to make up for those ones that they lose in the net run rate department. At the moment, Sanger there, caught and bowled, almost available for him. Good shot down the ground, I should say there. And now Ben Cutting, once again, going to be the single for them. So the Big Bash boost point, they need 82 runs, so they need another 21 from 10 deliveries. I feel like that's what you go for here. You don't worry about anything other than the Bash boost point. Get yourself 1 point on the board. It could be the difference between going through to the final and not going through to the final. The Brisbane Heat, they are actually sitting bottom of the table at the moment, so they certainly just need something on the board, get themselves that Bash boost point. and then possibly call it a day. Just swing for the fences and hope for the best there. It's going to be a big shot there from Steckity, who is having to have a bit of a bat. And that is going to be just the single there for them as well. At the moment, 4 overs remaining in the day for the Ashes for the final session of day 4. And then we have got one more day, 6 more hours of the Ashes for the second test match at the Adelaide Oval. It is going to be Sanger once again. Nice delivery there. And it's going to be worked away to the leg side. It was missing the stumps for that one. Did Australia review that one? Surely they didn't. And that one, and Chris Green is captain of the Thunder Right, says Waddles. He is indeed for this one. And then once Usman Khawaja does return, I believe he will be back as the captain there. And idea they may not even make it to 100 runs at this rate as well, says Novmum. Yeah, it's going to be tough for them. Big swing. Steckity, though, goes bang, and that is going to be 6 runs. That was in the slot. And that is going to be nicely done there. Almost hit a man in the crowd. That wouldn't have been a good side, but currently 8.5 overs down. They do still need to find a way towards that Bash boost point, I'd say. 98 runs, exactly half of the Thunder's total as well, says Sebastian there. Oh, it's actually hit a man on a scooter, so hopefully he's all right in the crowd as well. I thought it went close to him, but it actually did connect with him, unfortunately, there. Now it's going to be the misfield from Sanger. First thing that's probably been a mistake from the Sydney Thunder. They've been taking all of the other catches that they have at the opportunity to throughout this one as well. But nonetheless, the stage now, that's the end of the over. One more over left. They need 12 runs of it to get themselves a Bash boost point. There have been many crowds catches this game. Very astounding as well. Says what else there. It has been indeed. It's very impressive that they've had 3 so far that they have been able to catch. Pretty clean as well. This one, Steckity just smacks it in there. Does end up bouncing into someone in the crowd, I do see there as well. But at the moment, they are in survival mode for England in the Ashes. And I feel like Brisbane Heat are probably in slight survival mode as well. They do not want to get bowled out. Yeah, the net run rate would absolutely get plummeted if they were to get run out. Or sorry, if they were to get bowled out, I should say there. But at the moment, it is once again going to be Chris Green. Still an over left for Mahmood. If they do decide to go for it here, they need 12 runs off this over. Nicely hit there out through cover, and they do get the single there. Alex Ross able to cut it off. 11 runs needed now to get that Bash boost point. I'm not too sure what happens if both sides end up with the exact same points off the Bash boost. I hope it's not like split in half, because I feel like that would be interesting. Although saying that, I would kind of like to see it so that we know what happens if they do both have the same amount of points there for the Bash boost. And what is the time in New Zealand? We are currently sitting at 12:17 a.m. here in New Zealand. So we're past midnight. We have still got another live stream later on tonight, and that is going to be the game at 2 a.m. that is taking place between Leicester Tigers and also Connacht, running for the 2 here, and they do get it as well. Directed, he would have been almost gone survival mode, surviving mod as in there. Says it was from Sebastian. But at the moment, Joe Root going to be still out there. He's been doing pretty well for himself, considering, oh, no, that's not fun for Joe Root. He's been hit in the abdominal, and I think he was even hit just a little bit lower than that as well. Uncle Bills has said, hey, Mitchell Stark at the moment, he's having a little bit of concern on his face. The worst thing is I well and truly jinxed Joe Root there. I said he's been doing all right, and then he just got smacked where you don't want to be smacked, and he is in a lot of pain at the moment. Joe Root does not look like it's going to be a fun next 12 minutes for that man. He's just sitting still. His throat will be. Bartlett there, hitting it down the ground. It is just going to be the single. I don't think at this stage they are saying that the Brisbane Heat realised the situation that they have got themselves for the Bash boost. If they did want to get it, they would need themselves pretty much a 6 and 2 runs here. So they need 8 runs off 2 deliveries. Doesn't look like they're going for it. Oh, that hit him right where he doesn't want to be hit, Joe Root, and he's going to be down for a little while there. Turned into a crab of some sort, Captain Root as well. And Captain Root, Joe Root looks like he's in a lot of pain, as you would be. Mitchell Stark bowling it down there at 145, hits you flush on the box. And when you've already got an abdomen injury that you are dealing with, that will not feel nice at all. Nice shot there from Steckity going outwards toward the boundary. This one is not going to quite make it though, and they will need a 6 now off this final ball to get themselves the Bash boost point at the moment. Ben Stokes, Nathan Lyon. The thing is, for everyone around him, it's funny, but for Joe Root, not very funny at all. He's just having a drink at the moment. Not looking too flash. Looks like he wants to throw up at the moment, Joe Root here. And also we've got their 73 as the lowest, says Robert. They have done decent to be able to get out there. As I think he literally just said, Joe Root there, that my testicles are in my throat. So that is not ideal for him as well. Okay. It is going to now be one ball left. If they get a 6, they get the bash boost point. If they don't get a 6, they do not get the bash boost point, and they may leave this game with nothing at all. Stickety, he's got to swing hard. It's a wide ball. Is it too wide there? Yes, it is. And it is now going to be 5 runs needed off this one. It doesn't really change the situation other than the fact that a 4 would bring it up to being both sides getting the 82 as well. But Joe Root at the moment, he is still down, not liking the way that one felt from getting smacked in the cojones here. I feel like this is not where we should have the camera because it looks like, I was going to say, they're doing like an aerial view. There's going to be a shot from Stickety, but it goes straight to the man, and that is going to be the end of the first 10 overs, and it does mean that the bash boost point goes the way of the Sydney Thunder, doing decently there to be able to hang on to that one. Now the question is, can they get themselves the total of 10 wickets? They only need 3 more here. The moment Joe Root still looking like he's not feeling too great, trying to put the box back in, and it will not be a fun feeling at the moment for him. The fist bumps as well. I'm reading what that says on the ads. They're showing a Tiger Woods ad. Of course, he is only going to be a part-timer for the golf now. Me and George, we played NBA, or not NBA, sorry. We played golf for the 2K edition Rory McIlroy EA Sports. I said about 3 different games there, didn't I? I think it was EA Sports Rory McIlroy Golf. And let's just say you're not safe if you're in the crowd when us, you just know that even if they don't have the groin shot in the highlights video, someone will post it as a separate clip. They will indeed. And he got absolutely it's just painful for him as well. I think the Heat might be collapsing as well, says Waddles. Although they have done pretty well from here on out because, I mean, they were 5 down for 15 runs. And then from there, they are 77 down for 7. But now they've got Swepson left. They've got Majip. They've got Bartlett at the crease and Stickety. These guys, they need to go at a frantic rate. If they do want any chance of winning this game, they need 12 and over from here on out. They've got the power surge. They might as well take it now, really. It's not a lot of point waiting because you might end up losing your wicket. So you want to get that net run rate as high as you can. So take it early is my advice for the Brisbane Heat. Surely they are going to, but I can't confirm nor deny whether or not they are going to be going for it as well. Do they take it? No. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Do they take the bash boost point? Well, sorry, not the bash boost point. But the power play instead, sorry, for that one. Okay. They have not taken the power surge as of yet, and Root's wife has to change his Christmas present now as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, I'm sure that he will not be happy at all with where it was sitting. They're actually showing the whacker there in 1974. That's interesting. Why they have got up there in the corner of WA Cricket Association, I believe it is, that they are showing that one for. At the moment, the Thunder, they do gain that bash boost point. There's been a little bit of a stoppage there in the cricket for England. You can understand it, though, because Joe Root will not be feeling too nice at this stage. The Brisbane Heat, they are talking to the coaches, and at the moment, they are not too happy with the performance that they've had so far. The current run rate, they are going to need 12 runs per over to be able to win this game. Current run rate, 7.7. They are trying to build their way up as well. Mitchell Starc, straight away when he hit him in the groin, he did look over, and he didn't want to laugh, but he knew that wouldn't have felt too nice for Joe Root, and Joe Root just became a turtle and ended up going into his shell, trying to hide from the outside world. At the moment now, it is going to be Daniel Sams. Bowls it wide. There was almost a little edge there as well, so I think that is going to be called as, it's been called as a wide, but he did actually hit that ball there. Sam Billings is saying Xavier Bartlett at the crease at the moment, sitting on 5 runs off 5 deliveries. The thing is, his innings a couple matches ago, he still had plenty of power, Xavier Bartlett, so hopefully we do get to see that from him, and they try and make this one a little bit closer. I would say Brisbane Heat, if they can bring up 150 here, I would say that is pretty impressive indeed for them. Even bringing up the 100 at this point is probably quite strong from them, the way that it has started, but now it is going to be Daniel Sams. Once again, now bowling that one. Bartlett strikes hard. Does he get all of it? Yes, he does. It is a flat 6 from Xavier Bartlett, and that is a nice shot for him as well, and now he moves up onto 11 runs off the 6 deliveries as well. Like they're saying, it was only about waist high. Bartlett just swings through. He's got huge power, this man, and he was able to get it all the way just over the boundary by about half a meter. Bartlett strikes big, And he will be, tell you what, he's got plenty of time. That's the thing. These tailwinders, they don't normally get an opportunity to bat for this long. So he's got the chance of really getting himself a good total there. He has just chopped that one out of the ground. And it will be the dot ball. He could play this like a test match if he wanted to. Just chill out there for the next 10 overs. Required run rate at the moment, though, 11.69. I have more than a feeling that he will just end up trying to smack this one over the boundary repeatedly here for Xavier Bartlett. What I might quickly do, the Brisbane Heat to win this game is back up to $31. I do see there as well. But at the moment, Xavier Bartlett, he is ready to go. One more ball to face that might go to the boundary here for Daniel Sams. He does glide that one out through cover, and I believe they will be getting the 2 runs here. So good shot from Bartlett. Nicely done once again. Keep the one ticking over. This one might be a thriller maybe as well, says Waddles. If this one is won by the Brisbane Heat, like, I will be almost completely speechless, which is hard to do because I normally talk a lot. But if they win this game from here, the Brisbane Heat, that is just insane how much of a comeback they have been able to make for that one as well, if that is the case. But now Daniel Sands running in. Xavier Bartlett, big full toss when he smacked the ball hard. That's going to be 4 runs for Xavier Bartlett. He moves up onto 17 runs off 9 deliveries here. Not a very high chance that the Heat win this one as well. And yeah, still only a 0.5% chance. And they are still paying the $31 at the moment in terms of the odds of them being able to win this game. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, can they do it somehow, some way? Can they somehow pull off the, I'd say, tell you what, if they did do it, that's probably upset, or the biggest upset in BBL history. Maybe not quite in history, but it's certainly right up there, and it would be for the BBL 11, that is for sure. Bartlett down the ground, strikes it nicely, not quite able to take the catch there for Sanger. And they are once again, I believe, going to be able to go through for 2, and it looks like Sanger might have hurt himself here, going for the dive. Was almost Sanger who was able to get it, and won't happen, mate. Their bowlers still, they won't last as well, says Sebastian. Although, to be fair, in the test match, oh, no, sorry, it was actually Chris Green who was almost able to cut that one off. In the test match, the bowlers actually lasted longer than the batsman. In some regards, for almost both of the sides. So who knows, maybe Bartlett gets himself a quick 50. He almost does need a quick 100, though, to be able to have a chance. But both of these men, like, their strike rates at the moment, it's the highest out of anyone. 190 for Xavier Bartlett, 183 for Steketee, and Bartlett once again going to be on strike. Daniel Sam so far going for 13 runs. Bartlett, nice cut shot. And that is going to be racing away once again to the boundary for Bartlett. He moves up onto 23 runs off 11 deliveries, and they might pull out a miracle as well, says it Waddles there in the chat. Very good over for them. Daniel Sams ended up going for a total of 17 off that over, and the Heat are sitting 96 for 7 now. Xavier Bartlett, he just kept on hitting the gaps in the field, and anytime he didn't hit the gaps, he was able to get himself the 2 runs alongside it as well, which was very impressive indeed. But at the moment here, it's a nice shot out kind of backwards for, was in the end Xavier Bartlett, who is just on fire at the moment. He's actually probably, I would argue, he's an all-rounder. Xavier Bartlett, he bats down the order, but the way that he plays is certainly very, very inspiring for that lower order. And the Brisbane Heat, it's up to 23 runs. He's almost the leading run scorer of the day here. Tom Cooper just a little bit higher than him, sitting on 32 off 18 deliveries. He's hit 1-6. He's hit 2 4s. And now they are going to be ready to go as well. They've got a flex cam at the ground. I didn't realize that was a thing as well. But now at the moment, it is going to be Nathan McAndrew, who went for 13 runs off his first over. They still need 11.22 runs per over to be able to win this one. McAndrew, slower ball bouncer, nicely bowled there. Very good change of pace for McAndrew. I believe that would have only been about 110 Ks maximum, 103.7 there. And at the moment, I believe that England have still got just the one more over left to face possibly of the day. And also be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also check out the pinned comment for the sport and gaming channel as well. Says Sebastian, you the man. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being here. We are going to be live for the BBL tomorrow night. The Scorchers taking on the Hobart Hurricanes, and then also the other matchup for the Ashes. We are going to be following the final day. Good shot there from Steketee. Smacks the ball hard, trying to get it through the gap, but Sam's able to field it in the deep. And they are getting back for the 2 runs as well. Nicely done between the wickets for the Brisbane Heat bowlers at this stage. They did go for quite a few runs, a lot of them. So that is why they are trying to make up for it now. In terms of the fact that, wait a minute, surely not. I think at this stage, the bowlers have actually got more runs than the batsmen did in the kind of opening stages of this match. Because, of course, they were 5 for 15 down. Not what you want. or 5 wickets down for 15, I should say there, rather than losing 15 wickets. McAndrew now, big full toss. Stickety strikes the ball nicely out to the man at deep cover, and it is going to be cut off once again. It will be Jilks there in the deep. Now it is going to be Xavier Bartlett on strike. It's a big unit of an individual. Individual is the way that I was looking for there. I believe he's about 6'3" or so. Certainly uses his height and his frame for batting and also for the bowling side of it as well. Joe Root on strike. It is going to be Mitchell Starc bowling the final over of the match for the Ashes, I believe. And they are just trying to close out this day here for England. McAndrew, big full toss there. Bartlett is it down the ground, and they do not take a single. Sitting on 23 off 12. They're actually going at a current run rate of 8.5 here for themselves as well. They weren't able to get the bash boost points, so now Xavier Bartlett. And also, it is a Stickety at the crease. They have still got 2 men left. It is going to be Majip, who I haven't really seen a huge amount of batting out of in recent history. And then also, it is going to be the Mitchell Swepson, who was actually 12th man for a little bit of time, or 13th man for the test match. Big full toss. And it is once again going to be the dot ball there. Oh, that's going to be Joe Root gone for Mitchell Starc picking up the wicket. And that will now mean that the captain falls. He was smacked in the balls the over before, the 2 overs before, but now on the final over of the day there, Australia able to pick up that big wicket of Joe Root. We're almost in extra time as well, really. They were going to be finishing their coverage at 12:30. It is 12:31. Wide ball. And a McAndrew. Is it going to be bowling the wide? That is the 100 brought up for the Brisbane Heat, and they are happy with that. Is Root out, says Robert. He is indeed. Caught behind, and that is going to be actually the end of the day, I should say, due to the fact that that is going to be the final moment of the innings. But Joe Root out, 27 runs off 67 balls, and now tomorrow, England will have to regroup, only having the 6 balls left, or sorry, the 6 wickets left to be able to go. They might actually be finished before the BBL gets started tomorrow. We will have to wait and see, but a good innings for Joe Root in the end, but just not quite able to hang on for that final over. Going to be now a full toss from Nathan McAndrew once again, and he's actually got away with quite a few full tosses. They want to, and they will get it for Xavier Bartlett. Good running between the wickets. That is 12 overs down now, and it is going to be 102 for none. 102 for 7, sorry, I almost said for none. That is certainly not the case. The power surge at the moment, they had actually taken it there for the power surge. So Xavier Bartlett, that is why there were so many gaps in the outfield for them as well. I didn't actually realize that they had taken that one, but it is going to be good news for the Sydney Thunder, as they will now be allowed a few more men outside of the ring as well. I bit the side of my mouth extremely hard earlier in the day, unfortunately, and I feel like that is going to be annoying me for like the rest of the time at the moment. They are just having an interview here with Jai Richardson as well. So we have out there, did they get the bash boost? They were about 4 runs short of being able to get the bash boost point. So it does mean that they do not receive it, which is why now they are trying to go on to be able to get themselves the final little patch of this match going their way. They have got 8 overs left to try and get themselves just under 100 runs. It's going to be the shot there over the top of the fielder. And now it looks like Mahmoodi is not going to be able to catch that one. It is another 4 runs there for the Brisbane Heat. But for anyone who is wondering about the Ashes, 43.2 overs down, 82 for 4 here for England. And they are going to have to bat again tomorrow and try and survive for the test match. But it was a good shot from Stickety. He just swung the hands as quickly as he physically could and ends up getting that one away to the boundary for the first ball of Ben Cutting's spell. Stickety at the moment, he was just having a bit of a chat saying he was trying to hit it out the other side. But it certainly didn't end up that way. From required run rate, 11.62. Another big shot down the ground for Stickety. Doesn't go straight to a man, though. And the deep Alex Hales able to cut it off. At the moment, Xavier Bartlett, we've seen that he's got enough power to be able to hit it over the field, even if they've got men out. But whether or not he takes on the risk to hit it in the air, we will have to wait and see. He's just scouting the options there on the leg side, working out where the field is, so that he knows exactly where he will be hitting this one. But yeah, pretty much we have got day 5 of the Ashes tomorrow. We will be covering on the channel alongside Hobart Hurricanes taking on Perth Scorchers at the moment. Now Xavier Bartlett on strike, 25 runs off 14 deliveries. Slower ball there from Ben Cutting, extremely slow ball, and it is going to be the single down the ground, 115, 90 overs left as well, says Robert there. Yeah, we will have to wait and see how it does result at the end of that one. England, they will be praying for rain, because if they can have a whole session rained off here tomorrow, even though it's supposed to be fine weather, that will give them just a little bit less time that they do have to bat. But yeah, we will have to wait and see how it does end up going. But nonetheless, at the moment, Xavier Bartlett, his best scores at the moment for BBL 11 is 34 not out. Then he's also had 26 not out and 24 not out. So he's just on fire at the moment. Xavier Bartlett seems to always be able to score himself some runs. Stickity there, slower ball for him. Does end up edging that one downfield, or almost not quite getting it down to Alex Hales there in the deep. And as once again, another single, the required run right now. They are going to need 12 and over here from here on out to be able to get themselves a win. But Bartlett sitting on 26 off 15 deliveries now. And you can see the elation from Steve Smith when they were able to pick up that last wicket of Joe Root right at the end of the day. Alex Carey was just screaming at the ground. He was happy with that one as well. But now at this stage, Bartlett, 26 runs off 15 deliveries. Can he get more than his best into this game, perhaps? Going to be the bouncer. That one's going to be the massive edge, and it is going to be falling safe for Xavier Bartlett once again, and he is a very lucky man. That's going to be almost the end of the cutting over in the end. He has gone for 8 runs so far off the first 5 deliveries here. Sitting on 12.5 overs gone so far for the Brisbane Heat. Can they get their way all the way to a monumental victory? I believe the highest that the TAB odds can go is actually 31, and it's down to 26 now for their chances. But that is a 50-run partnership between Xavier Bartlett and also Mark Stickity. I've got to give them a round of applause for that one, because that is very impressive from the tail of the Brisbane Heat. Just willing to stick it out, willing to still fight for this net run rate. That's a big shot from Stickity. It is going to be lob in the field and a little bit of luck, of course, involved in that as well. That will be the end of the over. Stickity will retain the strike, and they are sitting 111 for 7 here for the Brisbane Heat. And the longer that they are out there, the better their chances are of being able to not really have a huge hit to that net run rate, because unfortunately, as soon as they do end up losing another wicket here, could be all but over for them in terms of that net run rate. As long as they don't get bowled out, it is going to be good news for them there, the Brisbane Heat. But now, few good catches in the field, and Mahmood able to get himself 4 wickets in his first spell for the Sydney Thunder of BBL 11. 22 runs he has gone for. He actually had 2 sixes in a row hit off him for his third over. He was able to get himself the 4 wickets so far. Can he get the 50th and possibly the upcoming over that he will be able to bowl? Although Sanger there, he is actually going to be the man that they give the ball for this one. It's going to be hit hard by Stickity, trying to pierce the gap. It is straight out to the man at deep mid-wicket there, Daniel Sams, though. Up to his third over now. So he has still got another one, and his economy is always very good for Sanger. So it is going to be tough to try and break through and try and get a 6 here off him. But Xavier Bartlett, he will certainly try if there is height on the ball. He has whipped it away to the leg side, looking like he wants the 2 here. I don't believe they will get it. No, they just get the single once again. Not quite the best running between the wickets. I'm not too sure why he decided to knock the bails off their Billings. And they are going to have to put that one back on now as well. They're only 13.2 overs down in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Sanger, it's a big hair in my mouth. That's unfortunate. That is for sure. But Stickity sitting on 22 of 14. That's going to be a nice cut shot, but it goes straight into Alex Ross. And it is the dot ball once again. Now it's up to 13 runs required per over here for the Sydney Thunder. Going to be hard to get going. I don't believe this, mate. Hit in the balls and out just before stumps. We won't survive the first session tomorrow. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Going to be into that middle order as well. It is going to be a tough situation, because Joe Root and Dubba Milan are the 2 men who just stick around when they're at the crease. I mean, you've also got Ben Stokes, though, as another option who might be able to do decently for himself at the moment. Now, Sanger, that's going to be in the air. It's going to be just falling short of Daniel Sams now. And that will be almost the end of the Sanger over, only going for the 4 runs so far. And it means now that they are going to need themselves a nice, juicy total of 13.3 runs per over here from here on out to be able to win themselves this game. Down the leg side, not quite able to connect with that one. Secondly, and that is going to be the end of the over. And it will be 14 overs down, 115 runs for 7 here for the Brisbane Heat. Nicely played at the moment from Stickity and also from Bartlett. Both men just sticking it out to there at the crease. And I believe anyone who does follow the A-League, the Wellington Phoenix, they did lose their game 2 goals to nil. Or sorry, not 2 goals to 1 it was. And that one, and Butler is out there with Stokes when it resumes as well, says Robert. Yeah, so it's going to be tough, because Butler's one of those players. He actually seems to play his best cricket when he is being aggressive like he normally does, or else he will just end up being hesitant like he was in that first innings. He had 15 balls that he wasn't able to score off, and then eventually it got him out. So I feel like if he sees a good ball to go after, he needs to take it on, even though the runs aren't really hugely important at the moment for the English side. But I feel like you need to let him play his game, or else it will get him into trouble wide. Ball bowled there by McAndrew, although it was just inside of the line. Nathan Lyon at the moment still staying out there, signing everyone's hats who are in the crowd. And I believe they are allowed to do this, but they aren't allowed or they are actually allowed to go home for Christmas for players, I believe, for the Ashes, if I'm not wrong. Now, at the moment, it is going to be Xavier Bartlett once again at the crease. 29 off 19 deliveries so far. He has been able to score himself his best. It's 30-something here in this year, or in this BBL, I should say. He's hit that one hard. He's hit it through the gap, and that is going to be possibly another 4 runs here for Xavier Bartlett. He does get it, and he brings up now 33 runs for himself. Tell you what, if Xavier Bartlett gets a 50 here, that is extremely impressive. But like I mentioned, these tail-ender guys, they normally don't get too many balls to face. That is why he's had so many not outs. He has a big old swing for a little while, and then everyone else kind of either goes out around him or they run out of time, which was why him here for Xavier Bartlett. He's just showing that fighting spirit for the tail end of the Brisbane Heat. That's the thing. He comes in the number 8 jersey, I believe it is, or kind of coming in batting number 8. He's playing like he is right up the order as well. They can go home for Christmas if they're in their hometown or state as well, says Robert. And also, I believe they have to sit outside, don't they? If I'm not wrong. Nathan Lyon at the moment taking some photos with the crowd. It is great to see that he is still out there at the moment, even though, like, that's the thing. A lot of the other guys, I don't believe they're still out there on the field, but Nathan Lyon, he is staying out there, showing his appreciation for the crowd who have all shown up as well. But at the moment here, it is going to be Xavier Bartlett who is going to be on strike here. Dot ball from McAndrew. I'm looking. This partnership must be up to about 70 now for these two. And it's a good shot down the ground from Xavier Bartlett. They just take the one. Are they going to, outside, they got to sit as well. And will it be, or will it not be Ollie Pope next? Usually he comes in before Butler. One moment, I will have a quick look. Yeah, I believe it will be Ollie Pope, if I'm not wrong. And that one, and also we've got there Pope. Yes, I keep thinking Butler as well. And then also we have now got Stickety on strike. 23 runs off 17 deliveries. They need 15 runs and over almost. It's going to be a big full toss. It's straight down the ground to the man, and they are going to be able to almost get the run out. Bartlett now got one ball left of this over till we are up to the 15th. Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to say we will be back at 2 a.m. and that is going to be the game between the Leicester Tigers and also Connacht. Which will be an interesting one. And if it's anything like the game between Harlequins and also Cardiff yesterday, it could be a high-scoring one as well. Well bowled there, just inside of the line, and that is going to be the dot ball. Xavier Bartlett not too happy with the end of that over, but now 30 balls left here, and they are going to need a total of around that 77 runs or something like that, I believe it is, at the moment for them to be able to win this one. The maximum that they are paying is $31 at the moment. Anyone who is keen to try and waste a cent on them, I would recommend not doing it, because the Brisbane Heat at the moment, they are going to be in a lot of trouble here by the looks of it as well. We'll have to wait and see whether or not there will be one more wicket, though, coming for them as well. Is that Matthew Wade doing a shoey? It is indeed for Matthew Wade. Marcus Steiner's there doing a shoey as well after they did win the T20 World Cup. Which is an interesting situation, I guess you could say. Aaron Finch at the moment, he is just explaining the antics that were going on for the Australians there. Of course, the next T20 World Cup, it's going to be in Australia. Chris Green bowls that one. And it's going to be hit down the ground for just a single. I kept it open for a draw, and Australia was batting. But it's really over now. 2-0 Australia. Don't know what England has to do in the next test, honestly, as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, I think they will certainly make a couple changes, I would think. Because David Milan bowling leg spin got 2 wickets. And also alongside that, I believe, like, Ollie Robinson's spin was actually looking decent, so they've got to play a specialist spinner, whether that is Jack Leach or whether it is, I would say, go Don Bess for the MCG. A big shot there from Stickety, lines it up, and he is going to be hitting that one away for 4 now. He brings himself up 30 runs. This is a good effort here for the two men for the Brisbane Heat who are down the order. Bartlett 34, I should say, and Stickety sitting on 20 balls faced and 30 runs for himself as well. There's a 0.7% chance for the Heat to be able to win this game. If they somehow do, it will be questioned what happened and what went wrong for the Sydney Thunder after such a miracle start in this game, although maybe not quite the miracle start they were after. He did get hit for 4 runs off the very first ball. That's going to be a wide, and that is going to be, geez, you know, that's wide when it does end up going down to short third man. That is going to be now Chris Green, who is bowling, goes for 7 runs so far off the first 2 deliveries. Don Bess is welcome now. Anything really, as long as it works out as well. I see that was Sebastian. Going to be hit hard down the ground once again. Just a single there for the Brisbane Heat. 15 runs needed per over here. They need some more boundaries and they need them soon if they want a chance. They haven't actually been showing how many balls left they need to be able to hit this one in. And I believe that is because they feel that there is no chance of the Brisbane Heat being able to win this game. Only sitting the 0.7% chance. Chris Green there bowls it short, and it's going to be once again Xavier Bartlett. Whips it out. This is looking like it will be the 2 runs here. Little bit of the misfield from Daniel Sams. I think it was a bit of a misjudgment in the calling as well from, I believe it was Daniel Sams and also Sanger, who wasn't making his way around there. Now it is going to be 2 runs for Bartlett, sitting on 36 so far off 24 deliveries. The target is 197. They have got a mile to go here. Still over 50 runs and less than 5 overs to be able to get this win. But if they can somehow do it, and also I'd say you need to change your openers too, as well, says Robert. So I assume, it's a shot there from Bartlett, going to be creeping it around out to the leg side. It's got a little bit of spin on it. Taken nicely in the deep by Jilks, who has been able to cut it off. Yeah, I think you need to put it out there. I think Zach Crawley's an option, and maybe, I don't know, do you even go Johnny Bairstow? See how he goes at the moment, because I know that they normally bat him as a keeper, but maybe just give him that opening jersey again. See whether or not he can get something going, because the thing that is the difference between the two sides as well is the fact that Warner stays in for a long time, a lot of the time. And then they've also got their 3 and their 4. That at the moment is working for England. They've got Joe Root, they've got Dubba Milan as 3 and 4, and Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne, the 3 and 4 for Australia. But it's those openers as well. If you can get an opener who can create a 150-run partnership with the guy who's in that number 3 jersey, I feel like that is one of those ones that England are just slightly lacking at the moment. There's Matthew Wade at the moment. He was well and truly celebrating. Kane Richardson at the moment having a little bit of a dance there on them as well. At the moment, the Australians, they were all loving it. Matthew Wade doing a little bit of an interesting dance, I guess you could say, there when he was fired up. He was smacking the drum of a child as well. That sounds like a weird statement as well. And we always got there. We thought Jimmy and Stu. Stu is what we needed, but it turned out it would be an abundance of pace bowling and low effectiveness as well. We need some spin, and as Robert says, an opening batsman or another opening option for batting as well. Yeah, Mark Wood would have been a very good option, I think, for this test match, but because he played in the last one, I think they were worried about maybe putting him under a little bit too much pressure and maybe putting the body under too much strain. But he did bowl 25 overs, I believe, in total for the last test match, so maybe he could have been an option for that one. See how it went for him. Now it is going to be, they've got a new ball here. I'm not too sure what happened to the last one. Maybe it ended up getting a sprig or something. Or in fact, it actually had a sprinkler because it did end up skidding on, I noticed, for that last one. But at the moment now, it is going to be Daniel Sands, 4 overs left here for them to be able to win this game. It is going to be 63 runs needed from 24. I'd say Usman for us as well will come in for Harris. Yeah, I think that is probably, I guess, the one change in the batting lineup that Australia will make. And then I'd say if Hazelwood's match fit, he'll come back and he will probably replace. It's a tough one because Michael Nessa was better with the bat and also did quite well overall. But then Jai Richardson in the second innings seemed like he kind of came into his own. I'll go Michael Nessa. I'd leave him in the starting lineup if you can only have one of Cummins or Hazelwood, or get both of those guys back in, kind of replace those two as well and just have that dynamic 4 of them as well. They're just showing an old bit of footage of Andrew Simons doing a little bit of dancing back in his day as well. It's going to be the slower ball there. Once again, it is just a single. They still need a total of 16 runs per over there. And also, we have got there. Also, there is no Pat Cummins in this test. It's just ridiculous for England as well, says Sebastian there. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit of a lifeline for them. That is for sure. He is just, that's going to be a good shot down the ground for the Brisbane Heat. This is looking like, once again, another single, though they haven't been able to scatter their way through the field too many times in recent history. But Bartlett sitting on 41. If he brings up his 50, if Stickety also brings up a 50 for himself, I feel like that is a small win in regards for Brisbane Heat, as they are not going to get bowled out here yet. We will have to wait and see whether or not it does change in the later stages, though. But I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow with day 5 of the Ashes, and then also switching over to the Hobart Hurricanes. They will be taking on the Perth Scorchers. Nice cut shot there from Stickety. Once again, it's going to be another single. Well set field at the moment here for the Sydney Thunder, who did get themselves 197 of the first one. See if Archer was fit and not injured, he could have been good to go as well. Yeah, I feel like he would have been a good option. You just need that express pace that Mark Wood and Jofra Archer bring in a lineup. Because the thing is, with Australia, when nothing's happening with that ball, when it's not swinging, when it's not really seaming or anything like that, it's that pure pace of Mitchell Starc that gets them the breakthrough. Because when you've only got a little bit of time to react, it's extremely hard. That's a great shot down the ground for Bartlett, but straight to the man there, Chris Green, has been able to cut it off. But yeah, pretty much if you don't have that express pace, it's very tough to be able to really cause that indecision in the batsman's mind, which is why someone like a Pat Cummins at the moment, even he does it effectively. He gets himself up to around that 140 mark every once in a while. I feel like it is just one of those situations that if they have that and you're kind of hesitant whether you're going forward or back, then that is when you can really end up just reaching the hands out, trying to feel the ball on bat, and it gets you in trouble as well. That's a Butler. Well, that's not a Butler, sorry, that's a bouncer. It's going to be a chance. That is going to be the wicket, and Stickety goes now. 33 runs off 23 deliveries there for him. 58 now needed from a total of 18 balls here. They've only got to be able to get themselves 58. They needed the required run rate of 18 per over. Mitch Swepson. How much power has that man got? It was a good bouncer there from Daniel Sands. Chased after it there for Swepson. For Stickety. And he did end up getting that top edge. And it does go straight into the hands of Jason Singer. I was able to take it, but now it is going to be at the crease. Mitch Swepson and Xavier Bartlett. I hope Bartlett does get his 50. He's batted well and he does deserve it. And at this one, the way that he has been playing, he actually got his 50 when he was having the ball in hand. So it would be nice to see him get one for both sides of the spectrum. But now they are well and truly down. They need 19.3 runs per over here to have any chance of it being able to get going. But like they're saying, they actually lost 4 wickets inside of their power play. 5 wickets inside of the power play in the first 4 overs. Not what you want. But Mitch Swepson at the moment, 51 matches, 48 runs he has been able to score. And this is a pretty good opportunity. Doesn't normally get this many balls to be able to face here, Swepson. Currently sitting 17 overs into this game. Gives himself space there, Swepson. Hits it nicely. And that is looking like it is going to be the 4 runs. Yes, it is. Is there still? No, there's not a chance, surely, in this one. But a good shot from Swepson. He ended up giving himself a whole heap of space. And then because of that, he was able to get himself all the way to the boundary. And he's got a strike rate of 400 at the moment. They could get it if they do continue at the strike rate, of course. But I think I am just getting too excited and possibly a little bit ahead of it. Because it seems like more than likely this one, unfortunately, it will be over for them. That's going to be bowled there by Singer. And that is going to be now the wicket of Swepson. Gets himself 4 runs. Then ends up, unfortunately for him, getting himself out. They have only got the one more wicket left. And it is going to be at the crease here now. Majip, not too sure how well he goes as well. I think Don Bess would be just ideal. Off-spin bowling, a decent batting as well. He's actually a bowling all-rounder as well. Yeah, I think he would be a good option for them. Definitely the way that he played. Yes, it was in Sri Lanka that he had his very good innings for the ball, but I think that the way that this one was spinning on the surface, like Nathan Lyon on the last day is going to have a field day. MCG, if there's a little bit of rough outside of the off stump, Don Bess there is really going to be able to have something going for him in that regard. So I'm hoping that we do get to see him get a chance as well, because I remember watching him for Sri Lanka series and I couldn't actually remember his name, and I'm glad you guys helped remind me as well for that other one. But at the moment, Jeep, he is going to be on strike. He has also got himself just under the 50 runs. His best is 27 out. So maybe he can get towards that as well. Please give Bartlett the strike soon, though. I want to see him get himself to 50. It would be a shame if he gets 42 not out. Although the thing is, with him getting 42 not out, it's the quick ball. That's the last wicket of the game, and that's going to be the Brisbane Heat. They are bowled out for 143. Back-to-back wickets for Singer there, and Sydney Thunder win this game by 53 runs. And also we have got the MCG and SCG up-play spinners as well. Says Robert, yeah, they certainly favour them as well, and that's the game. Says that North Mum there, but nonetheless, we have got our next live stream. It is coming to you guys in only an hour time. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is going to be the Leicester Tigers. They are taking on Connacht. I don't actually know the Connacht team that well, but we will be going for it, seeing how well it does go as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy the live stream, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be back tomorrow with the Ashes as well on Crack. And then I want a massive ducky to close out the game. As I said, Sebastian, yeah, they fought hard, the Brisbane Heat, but it didn't completely ruin their points differential in terms of that net run rate, I don't believe. But it still won't be too great for it as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see you all in an hour or so for the Leicester game up against Connacht. But thank you all very